And emerging from it, exploding outwards, is this huge spherical creature, tentacles flying and all things, massive eye focusing on all of you. Immediately, all of your magical items cease working, teeth flashing as your beholder appears in front of you and kind of just hovers there before like coming down, massive iris level with yours now. And you see it like
I told you he was
breathe
bigger
in.
than he was in the cage.
Wow.
You know, like breathe in the air as the circus workers kind of stop and look at you. Like,
Grexaris, welcome
He
back
kind of
to
looks
the
over to the
world.
scout. Don't mind him. He's a new joiner.
hello everybody and welcome. We're D&D Boyband for friends all the way to D&D Pretty Boys because apparently it's not fantasy and it's everybody's hot. My name is Jamie and joining me tonight are a group of fantastic D&D players. First of all, we have Ben as Mercy,
Not deep.
Sai as Kwan,
Hello.
Flute as Casimir,
The spice trade was merely a setback.
Eski as Pod,
Hello.
and Matt as Than.
Good evening. You might hear cats screaming in the background this evening from me.
Theoretically, we have Lauren as Greg Skellington at some point, but I think she's running a bit late.
Just running a tiny bit late. We will indeed. Before we begin, do we have any announcements? I don't think so.
No.
Okay. So, as a reminder, last session, well, where we currently are, I just found out it is her turn. She teleported as part of a legendary action, so I will be starting off with Simone's turn. However, last session, you made your way to the top, in the observatory, and you were confronted by Agnes, who seemingly was helping a mysterious figure clad in dark armor. After a little bit of questioning, it was revealed that this was, introduced herself as Simone, seemed to be using Agnes and the combined resources of Alarafa to investigate a pet theory as to the disappearance of the stars and its relation to the end of Lukai. You found out that Abbadon had been spurred by your revelation of Bane and Vecna into a war of conquest to save Lukai. Casimir investigated the various patterns and runes and using a birthday natural 20, discovered that there is some kind of pattern to do with the time that these were disappearing, but no pattern other than randomness as to their order. I think could be spoken quite a bit about what that pattern means. You're free to divulge that information throughout the session as to Lukai's fate, should you wish. However, after this, you were allowed to leave, Agnes in tow. Grey Skeleton's mission complete, everything fine. But it was Quan who approached Simone saying that if they'd done this or if needed more information, why did you not ask the person standing in front of you? Simone, perhaps finally, in a moment of defeat, realized there was another way to try to please her master, and that was to extract information from you, as you were not seemingly forthwith in giving it, especially once certain motivations have been exposed on her side. At the threat to your paladin's life, you all leapt to a combat and are now engaged in fighting her. There is, reminder, a shambling noise, which sounds as if the horror you saw earlier briefly is making its way eventually to this room. The black jewel gem, which formed part of some of the backstory one-shots we did, has also been some kind of focus. You've managed to wrest it from her, and she was using it to both cast spells and heal from those spells. And it is her turn. Any clarifications about what was going on, all of that, where we are, what's happening, anything I've got wrong, or anything people need reminding of?
I don't think so.
Remind me of She-Hulk.
Yes.
Excellent.
Donned intricate black armor adorned with spikes. She has dark ashen skin and crimson eyes and long red hair that almost seems to fade to black as it goes along and then into the shadows around her.
That's so edgy. I love that for her.
Spooky
And
Spooky.
and has been fighting you, has slowly been exposing longer and longer fangs.
Oh.
Oh, that's really hot.
Oh.
Nice.
Glad I can fulfill with you. It's her go. Casimir, how are you holding the gem?
I think he's been holding it in both hands since it entering his hands and him realizing that it causes him pain while holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
holding it very-
clutched close-ish to his chest.
Okay. She is going to make a. She's got this. I think I said that. Kind of long shadowy glaive that doesn't seem connected to the gem. This is kind of her own weapon. She's going to take a step forward and almost seem to slice at the chest where you're holding it, and is going to make a melee attack. Where are my rolls? Okay, that's a 13 to hit.
That does not hit me.
I rolled a 3. Second attack.
Can't hit a
Okay, that's a
wisdom.
7.
Plus 10.
That's a 17.
Interesting. I'm going to use my reaction to... This is end of the round, right?
Yes.
Cast shield.
Okay. As she kind of steps forward, the first move, she's a bit off step as she's trying to get away from the others and not quite footing it, and you always manage to just dodge out the way. The second one, however, as the blade comes towards you, you hold your hand up and there's an invisible force that deflects it to the side. And she kind of thrusts down and she just looks up at you. Give that back. Now.
No, I don't think I will. And he will clutch it tighter, and if it causes
Her
him even
face?
further damage.
If it was attractive before, is beginning to contort. Her eyes are moving closer together. There is like peeling happening, and her mouth is growing bigger, relevant to the rest of to the rest of her face.
I don't think that stops Casimir from finding her really attractive.
It is
my
the top of the round. Top of the round. Could I ask one of you, the lucky one, perhaps, to roll a d20 for me?
So you're basically just saying on me.
Anyone except
However you
Sai.
choose to interpret that. If you roll over 10, good things happen. No, over 11 or over, good things happen. Bad if it's below 10.
Oh, don't like this.
Who's rolling? And tell me in advance.
I shan't be rolling.
I don't want to roll. This sounds
I don't
too
think I
scary.
should roll.
I'll roll.
Yeah.
New guy.
New guy.
We haven't established whether you're lucky or unlucky yet.
8.
Turns out you're unlucky.
Hey.
I'm unlucky.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Making its way up the stairs is a shambling, stitched together mess of bones and corpses. Some of them still wearing clothes. You see limbs hanging off. You see the occasional face sewed in. It stinks. It smells. And it's now here. And I will quickly add that to the
really
thing. But
you really
it's
sold
not
it
its
to
turn,
me.
though. Dan, it's your turn.
Oh, I'm really tired of her running away from me. I am. No, I don't have anything to do with my bonus action. Not really. I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm gonna just again. Just sigh as she teleports away. Sprint up to here and kind of use my momentum to swing my halberd to make a attack on her.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm going to go reckless and let's go for the first hit. 23 to hit.
23 it does hit, obviously.
Nice. That will be 17 points of damage, 6 radiant if it matters.
I think radiant does matter. No. 17 points of damage. Okay, yeah, absolutely. She's focused on Casimir, focused on the gem, doesn't notice as you sprint over, giving low abandon, and just slam into her again. And this, like, as you cut away, again, there are these, like, every time you're cutting, there's, like, smoke escaping from her skin rather than blood, and a bit of, like, black ichor beginning to leak out.
Surprise. And then also she takes 2 fire damage from my gift of the chromatic dragon, and then I'm going to.
Fire doesn't seem to do much, you notice.
Okay. Then I will.
It
use my
hurts
bonus
her, but resistance.
Okay, I will use my bonus action to just crack my halberd and change it to lightning.
Okay.
And then second attack, 20 to hit, unnatural.
Yep, 20 hits.
Nice. 2, and then so that's 12, and then 12 and 4, so 16 points of damage on the second one.
16 points. Okay, yeah, absolutely. As you, as the spear crackles with energy, she doesn't seem recovered. She seems too focused on the duel on Casimir's and is barely giving any heed to your efforts. But each one slams in, and this time a kind of whole chunk of her armor begins to like slide off, and you see that whatever body there once was has become kind of like a writhing mass of shadows, and you occasionally see a tentacle almost like escape out for a second.
Oh, you're an ugly fucker, aren't you?
And that is the end of your go, Thad, in which case it's Mercy's.
Okay. 45, that's movement.
Yep.
Attack. I actually do have key points, by the way. I looked at my sheet.
Oh, nice.
So, you know what's coming, Jamie.
Stunning strike.
Get her
17
ass.
to hit.
17, remind me of her AC. 17 does not hit. Kind of taking a second to recover, having to take a chance to what this time as you run over, there is some resistance. She kind of meets your hand with some armor and fends it off.
Okay. 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
Stunning strike.
Go for it. And that's... She rolled a 19. No effect.
Oh, that is. I wish I'd.
Boo.
Okay, well, very sadly, it is 5 damage, apart not the one-handed 12 damage.
Okay, 5
but
damage
nevertheless.
as... Yeah, this time, however, you know she's waiting for it and sleeps distracted by the now 3 people surrounding around her. There's this one, however, punched just beneath. And again, you feel the odd, like, squelch and pushing. And something almost, as you put it away, something almost seems to grab your hand and you need to, like, wrench it away. And it kind of recovered away in some weird ichor again and shake it off.
Throat punch. 20 to hit.
Hits.
Stunning strike.
Get her
Alright.
ass.
16?
Yeah, saves.
Okay.
That's
is it
me.
16? Yeah. Okay. How much damage was that? Sorry, on the unarmed strike.
Sorry, that was 12 damage on the unarmed strike.
12 damage. Okay. She's going to use 2 legendary actions to make 2 glaive attacks. One against Mercy, one against Stan.
She has advantage against me.
Yeah, let's roll that one first then. A 15 and a 9, so that one's going to hit. It's like 15 plus stuff. Yeah, 25.
Yeah.
Cool, that's 8. That's... Jesus, that was a high roll. 15 points of slashing damage.
So half that because I'm raging.
Oh, Jesus. I rolled on a D8, I rolled 8, 7, 7, 8, 8. 23 points of necrotic damage, and could you make a constitution saving throw?
So. Christ. Con save.
Weighted dice.
Huge.
You get advantage, right?
Yeah, 26.
Yeah, succeed. As the weapon rips into you, you feel that she's managed to like cut some tendons away at some of your joinings, but the energy as it kind of sucks it out, you manage to push off, and the smoke or hands reaching out from the blade don't manage to find purchase on you. Massey. Natural 1. You manage to dodge out of the way, and she slams down afterwards. You've expertly slightly palm off the weapon to the side, just brushes in the floor, and she stands up looking frustrated. Casimir, you're up.
Okie dokie. Alright, so as her glaive turns away from me, I'm going to step into her personal space, one hand kind of crackling, with green spooky energy. And I'm going to reach out and maybe just attempt to cast Inflict Wounds as I reach to touch the side of her face.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 11 plus 10, 21 to hit.
21 to hit. 11 plus 10. Yes, that hits.
Cool. It's necrotic. I'm only using a first level spell for this, but it's 18 points of damage.
Okay, 18 points. Yes. As you put that side in the face and you feel the thing, and it's beginning to feel no longer like skin. As she doesn't in going after Mercy and slamming down, she doesn't see your hand. As she turns to you, you begin sucking out the energy, and like black veins go up. It does do half damage, but it heals you for 9.
Heals me for 9.
Yes.
Interesting. All right. So, yeah, as he leans in and sends this kind of shock of negative energy into her face, it's going to lean in close and say, "You want it back? Catch me if you can." And I'm going to use my bonus action to Misty Step. 30 feet.
Counterspelled.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. That's her reaction.
that is her reaction.
Okay.
Nice.
All
Spoke too
right.
soon.
Then he's going to sort of blink all up in the scary woman's grill, completely bust in and go, okay, or not.
Final legendary action of the turn. Gladly, as the glaive turns on Casimir.
That's
Wait,
unfortunate.
wait. Why
Yeah.
aren't you just running away, Clued?
Yeah. That was her
That'd be an attack of
reaction.
opportunity if you run away.
No,
Oh
it's
no,
just a
reaction.
reaction.
True.
That's
Very
so
true.
I can use my feet to run away.
You
It's
can.
It's
one or
less,
the
it's
other.
less classy or flashy
Yeah,
than
it's
the
a
Misty
lot less
Step, but
classy.
it does the job.
Maybe the fact that he could walk with his own legs and his heels doesn't occur to him for a brief while, and they like look at each other awkwardly for a second, and he goes, "Ah," and then runs.
The slight like mental disconnect between being able to dispel your Misty Step and then rather than slash at you, you just waddle away.
Indeed.
Okay.
She's occupied.
Well-
Really. She's
I don't
busy
think-
counterspelling.
I don't think Casimir is going to do any waddling, but
True.
more like a strut.
A strut.
something.
Yeah.
I think he's a
Okay.
mincer.
Chassis.
Minces away.
Fine. In which case, I'll change the legendary action. Let me just look this up. Apologies. Could somebody roll? Here we are. Yeah. What are they? Somebody roll a d10 for me.
I roll 3.
Go for it.
3. Okay. It's gonna a tentacle erupts out from under it with an eye on it, and it focuses in on Than. Sorry, not Than. Mercy in front of the closest one. Could you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh, thank God that's you, not me.
I got a 9.
Okay. You are feared for the next minute.
Okay, that's cool.
Fine. You'll go.
How are people looking? Like, how's everyone's general state of being?
Quite beaten up.
I'm just below half. I'm probably okay
I
for. A
I don't know
round.
what half is. Don't tell me what state you're in.
Oh, I'm pretty good for now. I got 46 health.
All right. Okay. In that case, DM, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Regarding my auras,
Yes.
if I go into range of somebody that's... Never mind, I don't have that next. I'm gonna move 30 feet, and I am gonna cast Aid on Casimir, Than, and... Can I actually? What's the range on this? 30 feet. Yeah, and Mercy, Than, and Casimir. And then with my bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary on Casimir.
Nice.
Thanks for looking
Okay.
after me, baby girl.
You're welcome, babe. That's what paladins are for.
Okay.
And what happens with aid?
Healing.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't clarify on that one. So you get 5 temporary hit points for the next 8 hours.
I think it's your max increases by 5 and your current increases by 5.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. So 8 hours.
And Sanctuary. What's he?
So you would a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I feel so protected.
A warm hug.
Shame that the super
Actually, yeah, I
Sanctuary one after the other in the turn order.
I think Pod gave me a little sanctuary.
I do chuck them out occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Okay,
cast a
there's
helpful
nothing
healing
else.
spell in my life, so I don't know what all these do.
Nothing else from Quan. It's Pod's turn.
Oh, I was trying to go through my stuff to see if I have a way to remove fear, but it doesn't look like I do. What, Ben? What abilities remove fear?
I love
I
that
think
we're
I
just
already
like
do that I can think of.
we're just choosing to ignore this big shambling bro.
Um,
Come up the
It
stairs.
doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
I had stitches. I don't know what to do with them.
The only do you have calm emotions or honest fear? Is it's just like I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest.
Okay. Alright.
It's just you can't
Yeah,
get
annoying.
closer, which
I also don't have hold monster, so. Wait, didn't I? Shit, I think I forgot. I'm pretty sure I put bless on people last
Ooh.
You did.
round. But who did I put it on
I
again?
I have blessed.
Oh god.
I know
I know-
I have it.
Yeah, so I gave you bless. I think I gave everyone outside of myself and Greg Skellington bless, if I recall. I think I gave 4 people bless.
Remember your
So my concentration is being used, so I can't use anything concentration-y. I still have a lot of spell slots though, so if I can't use concentration, that cuts me down by quite a lot. Everyone's looking well, no, apart from people up there.
Hey man, I'll take a heal if you're giving.
Can I? How far is? Sorry, hold on. I need the little. What's the measure tool? 30 feet, and then if I'm there, 20 feet and 20 feet. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. So if I go here and double check. Yes, I do. I want to use Channel Divinity.
Nice.
Turn undead.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
What
Sure.
is my save
Okay.
on that one? Let me double check.
Bro is definitely on
I can
deck.
never find it. Yeah. So Wisdom DC 16.
No.
Nah, it's fine.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
16. Oh yeah, Wisdom 16.
Okay. I do need a 10, so this is likely to happen. Okay, a 13, a 19. Unfortunately, as you ward out, the spell goes away, washes over this. Some of the faces look terrified, but just the sheer mass of these, there's too much to affect it in its entirety, and it seems to step forward almost.
Wait, how many faces does it have? How many torsos are we talking on this guy?
Like somewhere between 20, 30?
That's
Does she not also need to make a saving throw?
Like sewed together. She's not undead.
Oh, well, she's something weird. She's something not right. I don't know what it is though, boys. It's not undead. But it ain't right.
I think he's a
That girl ain't right.
She could be a demon. In that case, I'm going to use a Okay, everybody's lost a little bit of HP, right? Just a little bit.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip. Okay, in that case, I am going to give everyone within 60 yards with a mass healing word a 9 points of HP.
They should put that on a cannon that gives it a temporary HP.
How much of 9?
9. Everyone gets 9 points of HP.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
And then I'm going to just stand here like the beefy boy that I am.
Yeah.
Actually,
Quantum
wait, I'm not
pod
actually
moving
that
forward, emerging with holy light, filling this very dark observatory, bright lights, and each of you feeling renewed, warmed, safened by their presence.
Yeah, despite this horrendous shadow gem sapping my life force, like Ezra is like bright rosy cheeks. He looks great.
Okay.
A young man.
Gregarious Skellington. Let me just find. Wasn't expecting to
Greg,
find.
hit him.
Greg Skellington. Here we go. I've got the stat block. Not the Lich Lord one. That seems like not the right one right now.
We have the Lich Lord stat block right now.
No. Okay. I'm just gonna be basic. Greg is gonna run off to the side, take cover, and is going to attack. He's got Hunter's Mark on it. Remember that. Yeah. So longbow +8 to attack. That's misses the first one. 13. Second one hits. 9. 1d8 plus. 4 plus 4, so 8 points of piercing damage plus Hunter's Mark, which is a d6. 14. Right, so it's 14 points of damage. Okay. As the arrow goes in, those of you who are closer seem to notice that the armor is like falling off. Whatever is beneath this, the visage of a vaguely human or some humanoid woman is falling away. It's now become a writhing mass of shadows with the occasional like skin thing almost like crawling back over it, trying to reassert control. The mouth is becoming larger. The eyes have merged almost into one. Could all of you roll a d10 for me?
Hang on. What do you mean one eye?
I got 10.
I got
It's
8.
becoming a
I
beholder.
got 9.
9. Okay, so I'll go around you one by one.
Wait,
As
just roll a flat D10.
erupting from her are various tentacles with eyes on them, and these are the rays you're all getting hit by.
This sexy woman was a beholder.
I got a 2. I got a 2.
Not quite. You'll see. If you
Death
can.
Tyrant. Actually, it's not because then it'd be
It's
undead.
not Death Tyrant.
Is this why we were
I'll
randomly
get hit.
talking about death tyrants before the session? Was this
Yes.
foreshadowing?
Okay, so Mercy, what did you roll?
I got a 10.
Could you make
Crit.
a dexterity saving throw for me?
Oh
Okay,
my
yeah, I can do
God.
I can do
Well,
that.
I would want one. I would want one of them.
That's a fail.
Wait.
Hey, not yet, it's not.
Okay, from the death ray, you take 51 points of necrotic damage. Luckily, it doesn't kill you, because you would die. But you are blasted by necrotic energy as it flies out towards you, and
That's
you
a
are
rough one,
bathed in this black energy,
Your
and
turn is
Mercy
bad.
flats on the floor.
What's that?
Casimir, did you
Rolled a 9.
roll a 9? Could you make a dexterity saving throw too?
I'm standing next to my my handsome
You are,
knight
yeah.
in shining armor, yeah?
You're blessed.
Yeah, you
You're
are.
blessed. You've been
You
blessed
have
up.
bless as well. This is
Bless up,
a
bless
big
up.
roll needed.
Oh my God, I rolled a natural 19 for a total of
Okay.
like 27 plus.
Good, because 10's not the bad one. 9's the bad one, where the ray, there's like a grey light that hits the stone where you were just standing that immediately disintegrates.
Oh, disintegration rate, fun.
Nice.
Odd. What did you get?
I rolled a 2.
2. Could you make a
Let me
con
know
saving
what
throw
that
for me?
means.
I think it
It's gonna be
disintegrate by the way
nice and
one
horrid,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah,
it
probably.
might do actually. You might get absolutely giga. It's
You
a
just
50.
nearly
No,
one-shot
19.
me.
19
That's
con
not my
save.
fault. Paralyzing ray does not work on pod.
No?
Also,
Dan, could you
I
get-
have advantage against things that make me, I don't know, like control me or something. I can't remember, but I don't know if that counts.
Fan, what did you roll?
It didn't target me actually, so I didn't need to roll.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad.
I got an 8.
Okay. Could you make a dex saving throw as well?
Okay, I get those with advantage, so that's fun for me. 19.
Okay, the petrification ray does not hit you.
Oh,
One. What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay. You can't be feared, right?
Let me just check that. What level am I?
3 is the good one. Fear is not a problem.
Incredible.
If you, yeah. Quan, could you roll a wisdom saving?
Yeah. I'm good at those. Come on. It's a 26.
26, yeah. As it blasts through you, the light of Pelor standing here, no effect on you whatsoever. Greg Skellington, I'll roll this. Greg Skellington got a 1.
What if you one-shot Lauren's character? Which not even...
C20.
Not allowed to,
Okay,
actually.
a vaguely pink-hued beam fires into Greg Skellington, and what's the wisdom saving throw? 16. Succeeds. Is not charmed. That's the end of her go. It is, however, the giant undead behemoth's go. It's going to walk over to Pod. It's going to shamble over, almost like hands out reaching. And you actually get closer. The stench hits you of blood. It's this metallic taste in the back of your mouth. And there's always seems to be like a low murmuring of, as it gets closer, as it like discordant voices, none of which seem to make much sense, understandably. It is going to reach out and attempt to hit Eski. Sorry, I'm looking at that. It's going to make a slam attack.
Mhm.
No.
That is a 27 to hit.
Like, for fuck, that's so high. Like, what on earth, man? Okay, well, funnily enough, 27 might hit. Like, that's.
I don't know. You might do something about it. I'm just 22 points of slashing damage. No, 22,
Just ignore the beholder.
22 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing like slams
22,
into
you
you.
said?
And it's gonna point at Mercy. Mercy, could you make a Constitution saving throw?
We have a new DM. We might want to.
Yeah. I'm just.
Don't look at my socks.
Free?
For free?
Oh no, guys! Don't touch the merchandise.
Hey, dude, it's all falling apart.
Hello. Sorry. Welcome back, Greg. Yeah, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, fine.
Stitches from WoW has arrived. Okay.
Stitches
And he's
Um,
doing the same
um,
shit they did to me.
As
10
you
years ago.
feel the essence of this undead creature, you see it reach over towards Mercy, and like there's like a line of some kind of white mist almost seems to connect it to Mercy, and you see it begin to pull something from Mercy.
Oh no.
End
like
of the
that.
round. It is time.
Oh, what do I do? Mercy is
Who best?
bad. I always do my best. Yeah, okay. I am just gonna do second verse same as the first. So I'm gonna probably just step up. Would it be a free action to like move Mercy one space behind me to kind of like interpose myself between?
I'd say if you want to stand between the creature and Mercy, then yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just shift Mercy.
Still listening, don't worry.
One space
heroic.
back. And I'm a little surprised, but I'm kind of just pulsing with golden energy. So since I have Bless, I am going to Reckless Attack, and I'm probably going to put Great Weapon Master on these. I'm trusting the Bless. That is a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
So that will be 28.
Oof.
30 points of damage on the first hit.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yo, this guy
You ready for the
Parsons
second?
interview. I'm making a decision.
Just completely just using more brute force, just slamming it into this horrible mass. And yes, same again, but this time without the divine fury. So it's just going to be this one. 17 plus bless.
Hit, yeah. That hits.
Cool, 19. So that would be great with the Master Halberd. 27 points of damage.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. As the tentacles have gone off, you just like start carving away at them. You cut off like literally her shoulder downwards, just falls off after both of your strikes, and her head has completely been replaced by just like an open mouth, and there's no sound coming out from it. She almost seems to have lost control of like her ability to keep herself together, as like shadows are drifting off and the tentacles are just sprouting out.
I'm just gonna say, have you ever had dragon fire rip through you? And I'm gonna click my weapon to fire, so it's bursting out of it. You're about to find out.
Very nice. Mercy. Don't tell me. Oh, sorry. Don't do it. But death saving throw and message me the result.
Yeah, for sure.
On, you're up. Casimir on deck. Casimir, you take 2 points of damage at the start of the round. Sorry, necrotic. You're on deck. Means you're next.
Understood.
Oh shit! I just put a ton of food in my mouth. Okay.
Does Quan say that?
No.
Not the time.
Alright. Alright. I am going to... can I reach him? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna run up to... Sorry, them. I'm gonna run up to Mercy and lay on hands.
Don't you shouldn't, because I get well, I mean, I don't think anything's gonna happen to him beforehand, and I get a bonus to healing people on 0 HP. So, I mean, you can if you want, right? But like, we can also save it because I haven't got anything to do on my turn other than.
Okay, I don't know if I would know that. Do I know that?
I mean, I've done it many times in combat before.
Okay.
You might be overcome by the need to save mercy. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you. Like, I don't want to like immersion break.
I mean, these are legendary actions.
It's
I
done
could
now,
kill
man.
Mercy.
This
Yeah.
is broken.
Yeah.
Can't help myself.
Fuck. Okay. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna lay my fucking hands on Mercy. However, like, alright. 20 HP.
Damn, thank you,
You're
Quan.
welcome.
Anything else with your turn, Quan?
No, aside from just trying to... I mean, I assume I can't with a bonus action, but just try and get Mercy as oriented as possible.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
summon
Kind of Mercy, you feel, and that chain between Mercy and the Abomination breaks, and you kind of look up, and Quan readies you and shakes you, and you begin to feel some life coming back in. Legendary action. Here, and he's going to make an attack roll against Casimir.
No
Needs
way.
to beat Quan's Sanctuary score.
Do we get attacks of opportunity as she slips past us?
She's using Shadow Step.
Oh fuck.
How does she shadow step if she has no feet? If she is a beholder?
She's
Yeah.
not a beholder. Okay, I rolled a 9 wisdom saving throw. What is my 9 wisdom saving throw? Plus 16 for Quan? What's your DC?
My DC is 15.
15. Okay, manages to get through the sanctuary. We'll make a glaive attack. That's a 3, a 13 does not hit.
Does
I
not
assume?
hit me. No.
Does not hit. It's your go, Casimir.
Okay. Okay. She takes half damage from necrotic damage. And fire damage?
And
correct?
fire damage,
fire.
yes.
Okay, Constitution saving throw from her, please.
Okay. 26.
Yeah, she succeeds that. Anyway, a wave of thunderous force sweeps out. Green lightning, very cool. She takes half of 2d8 damage, which she takes 4 whole damage, and does not go anywhere. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Hell yeah.
You can do anything else? As it's difficult to kind of get an understanding of where she is right now as you try to center the spell, and as dispersed as she is, she doesn't get hit with the impact as much as she'd like.
Oh dear. I'm going to reattempt a Misty Step and try and get direction out of her. She impede
No.
my Misty Step.
Not this time.
Okay. I'm going to Misty Step.
She's learning.
I'm learning.
Guys, I'm going. They're like single target, yeah? Beholders, pumping that's fine. I want to be near my boy Quan. I'm safe,
Well,
right?
I don't
Outside
know.
Laura?
I don't know how they can move, but I do know that they can't step without their feet. So
Right. So true.
Right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so I will bravely cower behind Quan, Mercy, and Than and clutch the evil shadow gem.
Oh, you're up.
Okay. Everyone's up. I didn't break concentration. I still have conk. I want.
Oh, sorry.
to-
You're the only one actually. Sorry. Yeah. If you start your, could you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
That
To
is
start within
a-
20 foot of this.
That's 20.
20. Okay. No effect. This thing stinks. It's awful. You can't feel it like caustic in your eyes and mouth, but isn't hurting you.
I've dug a few graves in my time. I know what that's.
True. True.
I'm gonna go for a. I don't even know what I can do, to be honest.
Do you have anything to get rid of this big guy?
Not really.
Big old boy.
I'm not built for damage.
Well, like if you have like fear or
I tried that, it didn't work.
damn.
He ignored it. It was really annoying.
Agnes screamed downstairs though. He's running away.
Oh, nice. Well, at least he's running
Um,
away, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kidding. You tied him up.
Yeah, we did tie him up. He ain't going nowhere.
Can you double stack aid? If someone already has it.
If someone has temporary HP and another instance would give them temporary HP, it overrides it. But let me find it.
Okay.
Aid isn't temporary HP. It's plus to max
No.
and plus to current.
Then I imagine you can stack it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna. I mean, yeah, I think that's the best thing I can do. So at 3rd level, I'm gonna cast aid, which I don't even think is aid. Roll. It's just 10 HP to.
No, sorry. Before you do this, you can't stack it.
Oh, okay. So who got aid in the last? Who got aid? Casimir and Than and
And
Quan.
Mercy. Was it Mercy?
Mercy.
That was Bless.
Okay. No. Quan cast
No,
it.
I gave Mercy, Than, and Casimir.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I don't want to stack it yet.
Why do
guess,
I
'cause-
bother giving you my blessings if you don't even remember it like 2 seconds later?
Oh, I'm used to it. Don't worry.
Thank you, Quan.
I forget about it as well.
Wah, wah, wah.
Why can't I just like learn a feat to use 2 concentration spells at the same time? I'm just gonna cure wounds myself, like the selfish.
There
person
are
I am,
feats that allow you in like the later books, but they are busted and not permitted.
So I'm just gonna cure wounds myself for 15 HP, and then I'm gonna give a queasy smile to Mr. Stitches, and I'm just gonna go invisible. It's gonna disappear out. So I guess I will move, but in typical fashion, I'm not going to tell you where I go. Other than that, you do like to line
So
up
here's the thing.
AoEs.
Here's the thing. If
Yeah,
if you're going to walk out of its range, it does technically get an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
Not if I'm
No,
invisible, no?
doesn't it need to be a creature you can see for attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Does it really? You can make opportunity with a hostile creature that you. Yeah, fine, sure. If you
No,
really have
no,
blind
no.
sight, what's?
If it's
got,
blind sight, that's different. If it's blind sight,
No,
that's different.
it doesn't. No, it's only got dark vision. For
Okay,
whatever
yeah,
reason.
that's what. I mean, that is why I did it. But yeah,
All right,
The rules,
5.
nerd.
as written.
Okay, so legendary
yeah.
action.
Oh, okay. I'm weird.
No, Pod, you go
There
right-
are fewer targets for Raze now. We get
Pod,
focus
wherever you go, please track it.
Yeah, I know. I'm leaving my mouse there. I know where it is.
Go to fucking Cola Coldus or some shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get like fucking hypnotic patterned or something.
No, not quite.
Gonna kiss us.
Yeah.
So how can we
Love.
just describe? It's her body, but a small beholder head with tentacles.
No, just like an open
I-
mouth now.
I think we've hallucinated it being a beholder. I don't think it's actually a beholder.
Okay, so it's
No,
a
the
big
beholder
mouth.
tentacles are coming out.
Oh, okay.
It's
Is it-
becoming.
is it-
Is it like bursting out of her, or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
the
of.
tentacles are just like erupting out of random parts and then like getting zapped back in. And she seems to almost be like trying to stop the tentacles coming out, but she can't as she's losing like vitality.
Is the mouth like a Venus flytrap situation where she's like a boom at
Yes.
the mouth?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. It's like Silent Hill kind of shit going on.
Yeah.
I regret covering
Uh,
her face gently now.
Should have cupped it harder.
I don't think
She's
the
going to
monster
cast-
fucking license covers this one.
She's going to cast darkness on herself.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, but what does that do? Does that just make?
It means there is an
Exactly.
area of magical darkness around her like this. You cannot see in
Yeah.
or out of it. Oh, yeah.
The beholders have
Uh,
blind sight. I feel like they do, no?
Beholder's sight is would
This-
negate any magic. So if there's a
Yeah.
beholder and it was looking at you, you would not be invisible.
That's true.
Remind me how magical darkness works.
It's completely pitch black. You can't see through it. Anything inside is obscured, and it like if you took a light in there, it wouldn't show. It would have to be dispelled to get rid of it, or the spell drop.
Thank you.
So functionally, everyone right now, you can't see her.
Yes.
No, dark vision doesn't work either. Garius, you are up.
Well, so this big guy, not alive, as we've established,
Yes.
does this need to be taken care of still?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because, yeah, everyone seemed to be ignoring it. Alright, well,
I'm hoping he goes away if we don't.
yeah, if we don't look at him, maybe he'll just... Yeah, okay, well, don't really feel like going into that big pool of darkness is a good idea, so we'll go stab this big guy.
This meanwhile, Greg being like, guys, can we talk at the ads, please? Guys?
Yeah.
Ads, guys?
Don't sound
So, I'll do Dread Ambusher first, which is the first attack of each first turn of each combat. Take an additional weapon, get an additional weapon attack. So bear with me while I type out these rolls. Plus, I'm gonna copy this. Okay, so first attack is a 14. Does that hit?
Okay. Yes. On this thing, yes, 14 hits.
Okay, cool. I'll just do the attacks and then we can do the damage after. Go 25.
25 damage. Oh, 25 hits. Sorry, yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
25 hits and then 18 hits. Okay, so they'll hit. And
Okay.
then the damage is... Oh, actually, can I use my bonus action to, first of all, to put Hunter's Mark on this thing?
Yes, or yes. As it switches over from
Yeah.
wherever she is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll roll. And then 1d6 plus 6. Okay, so that's 11 damage. And then the Hunter's Mark is a 6, so that's 17 damage. Then the second attack is another 12 damage, so 17 plus 12. And then the third attack is an 11 damage, so someone smarter than me can count that.
I've just minused it as we've gone along. Okay, yeah, absolutely. As Greg, you can't look into that. You switch over your focus, and this thing, it's extremely large. You kind of have an understanding of these undead constructs, and you begin chipping away at the stitches on the body, and like as each arrow hits, bits of it kind of slide off, and each
I
one just kind
actually
of
get to add
lands
another
on
1d8 damage because of
Okay.
Dread Ambusher that I forgot to add.
the ground. Okay.
Sorry. I'm not done yet. I'm not done cutting this thing up. Five extra.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, apologies. These things just begin landing on like an arm or a torso or like a kneecap, just like lands next to you as Greg begins firing away.
And that's my turn.
Oh, it's her go. What is she going to do? You see as she runs out. Okay, I'm gonna run here. Hello, go back. Runs here. Okay. What's the range of this? 20 feet. Okay, could I have dex saving throws from everybody not named Gregorius Skellington?
No.
+4. You boys, Mercy and Thun.
Oh yes, +4. I have bless and advantage. It's all coming
Bless,
together.
bless.
Got a
+4,
35.
17.
Pod is actually standing like right next to her, by the way. Like, I guess you can see him because she's a bit older.
Oh shit, yeah.
He moved over here.
13, 17, 20 from me.
What's Kwanzaa?
Success.
Kwanzaa +4, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're on range.
10 feet, right?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
So Quan succeeds, Fan succeeds, Mercy.
I got a 35.
Wow, okay,
Whoa.
succeed.
Oh my god.
I got an 18.
Okay. All succeeds. You take half damage as a fireball erupts out. The libraries around you, the papers, telescope goes up in smoke, and you each, all of you, because you succeeded, take 10 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's nothing.
I take half of that because I'm a tiefling.
I'm researcher. She's burning all the research notes.
Big lumbering creature is going to walk over to the largest group and is going to take.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
You do get an attack of opportunity, yes.
Okay.
So stinky. What does
22.
what does
Get
this
cut.
look like?
Like, imagine if a butcher's got like left for like a month.
Would it still be stinky at a month?
A month? Yeah. Be like prime stinky is after a month.
Really?
Mm.
How'd you know that?
Gross.
Left some food in some lockers in my time.
See.
If you left protein powder in a locker, then that's the
Oh, that's bad.
killer. That's the real killer.
Protein powder for like more than 48 hours, death.
me.
The worst smell ever.
Oh, dude, when you smell
Just-
like a Cure
just throw the
container,
whole
it
thing
hasn't
away.
been washed out properly. And
That's
it's
the same
just
smell. It's the same
shit.
smell.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
bad.
Sour.
Okay. Yes.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. I not to be that guy, but I don't. Do I add Hunter's Mark to the 1d6 to every hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because I did. I only added one last time,
Okay.
so it's fine. I'm
Roll
not
it,
gonna
roll
retcon
it.
it. Just no. It's okay. I didn't. I just wanted to double check for next time.
You should
'cause-
roll it. Jamie's not pulling his punches.
Okay.
Yeah, roll it.
Send it.
Jamie tried to disintegrate Clued a second ago.
Okay, so
Literally
that was
would
an
have
extra-
one-shot me. I am a wizard. I do not have
What's-
HP to tank and disintegrate.
Just
What's
just
your-
mix
what's-
the
what's-
nuts
what's
and
the
corn
What's your
together.
what's the role? What's your HP? Sorry.
With people's aid, it's 56, but my normal max is
Okay,
51.
I'm just gonna roll. Oh, I would have rolled 42. So you know.
Not dead.
Oh,
Not dead.
Great. I would have lived.
He's not dead.
Roll it again. Would I have died that time?
42 seems low.
That does seem
It's
low.
10.
say.
It's 10d8 because it's not. It's not disintegrate. It's disintegrate ray, which does less damage. Disintegrate would murder you. This is
yeah.
10d8 flat, which is an average of 45.
Oh, that's peaceful. Oh, it's not peaceful.
It's
That's,
only,
it's fine.
yeah, only 10
That's-
It doesn't just have
That's-
plus 40 added onto the front.
It's the plus 40 is just
Oh,
makes it
so
unfair.
good.
Disgusting.
So tasty.
It's disgusting. It's so hateful.
Greg, how much damage do you do?
So that was 14 for the attack of opportunity, but an extra 10 damage that should have been on it from before, from my hunter's mark.
Yeah, as it stumbles away from you, you take final opportunity to kind of just slash into it. And again, it's like the whole mass of these, there's no like, it doesn't seem to have any sense. Like a couple of the corpses that you're cutting away almost seem to scream as it comes down and then go silent as they land on the floor in front of you. It is this one, and it's gonna pick up its massive hands and just slam them down and do grasping stomp. And as this happens, almost like ethereal skeletal hands almost seem to reach up and attempt to grab all of you down, apart from Pod, who's out of range. Could you all make strength saving throws for me?
Academically, do I think I could replicate this?
Me as well.
Yes. No, it's quite impressive necrotic magic.
24.
Strength?
Yes, strength.
Uh,
You're looking for an 18 is what you're doing to succeed.
It's a 20. Thanks to
fuck.
Quan.
Very nice.
I'm strong,
Rolled a
guys.
fucking 6, man.
If you fail, so under 18, these hands grab you and you feel that energy beginning to kind of pull into you, and you are counted as restrained by these hands, and you will take damage on the start of your turn. So who failed? Greg, Quan, Mercy,
Yeah.
and you succeed?
Yep.
Yeah, and Casimir somehow succeeded.
Hilariously, I
Resident-
succeeded a strength save.
Yeah.
Fan, at the beginning of your turn, please make a Constitution saving throw as this thing's stench gets to you.
20.
Succeed, nothing happens.
Oh, this. Okay. How is it looking? How's this big monstrosity looking after being carved up?
Difficult to
by-
tell, but like, it's had like its extremities removed, but it as a construct is probably going to take some hacking through.
How's she looking? How's Simone?
An amalgamous mass of tentacles and body parts. She doesn't look good.
Fuck it. I'm gonna turn to you guys. Come on, Mercy, Casimir, you got this, right? I'm kind of like holding my nose a bit.
I'm straight, dude. Can't do shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've got this.
Cool.
Oh, Casimir, you take 3
I-
damage at the start of the
Three.
round. It goes
Oh.
up by 1 every
My
round.
gem. My
Your
nasty
gem.
I will
gem.
use my movements.
Follow it.
You are very difficult to pin down. I'm going to believe in the Bless again, and I'm going to Great Weapon Master.
Okay,
This hits.
need 18.
On DPS. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, Reckless as well. So I'll just roll that again.
Big roll, big roll.
No. That's
Shit.
I wouldn't do it. Okay. So first one misses.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll go Reckless again.
But Great Weapon Master 2 or not?
Yeah, Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay, yeah, that's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
And 26.
Nice.
29 points of damage.
Doing 90 damage over the past few couple of rounds as your interview and induction to the group. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Let's go!
That's my boy.
I just take my halberd and just slam it in so it's going all the way through her into the floor, and then I kind of go in and start peeling the armor off and just throwing it to either side with my
As your halberd
hands.
slams in, you notice there's a slight deviation in it. Something you hit causes you to almost like push off to the side, but nonetheless, you skewer her through, and your halberd goes into the floor behind. And as she's stuck there, you begin ripping apart, and whatever energy, whatever she is that was keeping her together, after you're done, there is just like shadows retreating back into the thing, pieces of black armor that are kind of melting into the floor, and a single golden cage, untouched, pristine, hanging off your halberd.
Oh.
The construct, at the death of its master, seeps and falls into the floor and hopples over.
Nice.
Combat, for now, has ended.
Oh.
Why are you trying to bait us into attacking the ad when it was going to die when they one died? It's kind of cheeky. It's kind of cheeky.
Does it still smell bad?
Yeah, it stinks of death.
Oh,
Ugh. Shit, I didn't expect that. I thought we were walking out of here unharmed. What happened? Quan, was she making eyes at you?
One. What did she say to you?
She. DM, can you remind me exactly what
Yes.
she revealed?
You said to her that, why hasn't she asked you? And she told you about her plan with the stars, about her feeling that Lukai was ending, that Bane and Vecna represented the end of Lukai, that's why Abbadon was sallying forth, that you'd released it, and she was hoping to get in Abbadon's good graces by presenting and solving this problem to her. But actually, in terms of what was actually going on, she probably revealed that she didn't know much, and Abbadon hadn't shared it with her. And then she asked you for information that you had said you were going to give her, and you denied her, and that was when she was like, "I'm going to take you in because you're my source of information."
But like, didn't she kind of let on that? I don't know. She seemed really evil.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but the reason why
there was an edge to it, which was like Abbadon is going to take over because he's saving, but also he should be in charge, and nothing gets in the way of conquest. The strong decide for the weak, and you're going to do what I say, or else I'm going to torture you.
Did she say something, drag it from you screaming, that kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, I will give the group the exact rundown of what has just happened.
Well. No surprise that a follower of Abbadon has such proclivities, I suppose. Should we leave? It smells terrible, and this is not my brand of necromancy.
But it's probably wise to refrain, perhaps in future, from offering or mentioning the significant role that you potentially play in this as well.
Odd walks over to the stinking mass of flesh and begins giving last rites to the various bits of corpses that he can find.
Yeah.
Blessing them and saying small prayers to each one.
Hang on, Pod. I think that arm might belong to that one. I think you've got them in the wrong place.
he's not trying to reassemble them. He's just giving them. He's just giving them like prayers,
It's
like thoughts
a,
and prayers.
Like a fun reverse jigsaw puzzle, no? Sort of disassembly.
Plan. The little golden cage on your halberd as you go, and you just stamp out the last shadows and think that you kind of look around for a second, and there is something inside that cage.
So I come out of my rage. The golden cracks on my body slowly begin to kind of like come back in from when they were like very large now to just line on me. And I almost kind of like snap back and just very quickly turn the fire out on my halberd. I'm gonna pick up the cage. And look at it. If it feels like there's something inside of it.
Looking in, it's a bit difficult to see, but now you're close up to it. It's like veering angrily, almost like a fly or wasp trapped in a glass. There is a circular, tentacled single-eyed creature inside attempting to constantly break out of this, and the cage is warm to the touch.
She's our Pokemon now.
I'm gonna hold it up, and just like tap the glass or tap the cage. Oh, I guess you're really.
Release me. I will take vengeance on those who have done this to me. I am not your enemy. Release me and I will be your ally in this fight.
Oh. Oh, cool. Guys, I'm gonna like shout over to the group and hold up the cage. Guys, there's something in here that wants to be our ally. It's telling me to release it.
Don't.
I run over to Than very quickly.
Oh, oh mercy. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah. It was unexpected, some of the strange tentacled magics that came from whatever this is, but I'm still here, as is destined. But what you said it something was speaking to you. This?
Yeah, there's this so when I ran her through, this was what was on the end of my halberd when I pulled it out. It looks like a dark firefly or something.
Can I look at this creature, Jamie?
Yeah.
Have I seen?
Yeah, you can make a. I'd say that the variations of such creatures are difficult. They are rare, but you would certainly describe this as a beholder. And given your studies of stuff, would know that this is that creature. And the eye tentacles in the fight would have given you that indication as well.
This is some denomination of an aberration, most commonly called a beholder, I believe. But there are other types of offshoots. They're very strange. They sort of reproduce through dreams, their own dreams, manifestations of their fears of one another. So when new ones appear, they're never quite the same. This one could be either shrunk by some magic or, in fact, indeed this size. It's difficult to say. What did it say to you when you spoke to it?
Well, it wanted to be released. It said it was our ally. Hang on, I'm going to tap it again. Go on, say what you said to me to Mercy.
Nothing comes into Mercy's head.
Okay.
You reckon you probably need to be touching this thing.
Okay. I'll just like put a finger on the top of the cage, I guess. Hello?
Hello. I said to your friend, release me. I have great wealth, riches, understanding. They've trapped me here.
You're a beholder. If we, of course, intend to release you, we are tending to our wounds currently, so how would we go about releasing you?
Break the cage.
I don't know if I trust this thing, Mercy.
Okay, I take my finger off and I'm like, I don't. These creatures tend to be very capricious, often violent, sometimes tender to things they hold valuable. You never can really tell. Very unpredictable. I would caution against any vulnerable interaction with such a thing, but it is potentially a useful store of knowledge. We should see it could know something.
Hang on, before we hit the morality of the choice of whether we should or we shouldn't release it, is this Simone in the cage? Or is her corpse still there, DM?
No, completely vanished.
Is this Simone in the cage? Is the implication that she somehow trapped a beholder and used its power in the battle?
Why don't you ask
Simone was the armor or something?
Ask it. Yes.
Ask it what was going on. This is kind of strange, no?
I'm going to call you Iggy. For the meantime, Iggy.
Raxoris, please.
All right,
I says please. That's nice.
What's
We didn't hear that.
He did say please. He did say please. Raxorus, what was all that about? What was going? Why were you in a cage? Who was that person called Simone?
There's a pause. They imprisoned me in flesh, stole my power, harnessed it for their own aims.
Who were they?
You should ask it why it's so lil. It's very very adorable. And
It's kinda
honestly,
cute, it's kinda
if you
cute.
were to release it, what's the worst it could do? A little meh meh
He's
Well,
quite cute.
meh. It's could have a sidekick like a mascot. You guys don't have a mascot yet, right?
No, we don't. It's true. Iggy could fulfill that need.
Ask it if you
You
can
can't
see
hear the
big
rest
one.
of you, just so you know.
No, he said his name was Raxorus.
It's in player chat, yeah.
Yeah, Raxorus.
What?
Wait,
I
I'll
feel
jump the
like-
screen again.
Raxorus.
The items that imprison things and then make them a lot smaller. How common knowledge is that?
Would I recognize this arcane device, DM?
Yeah. How
You
common?
can make an
like-
Arcana check.
Yeah, I would like to try, even though
You wanna make
I'm
it?
not proficient.
I'm still blessed, no? It's an ability check.
Yeah, it didn't break.
Yeah.
I didn't bless myself that. Okay, so it's just a flat 9. I don't really know anything about it.
20.
What do you at 9? No. With a 20, you probably know or have read about the spell Force Cage, or Imprison, or the Night Level spell. I can't remember the name right now. None of this fits the bill entirely. Often they retain either the size of the creature in the case of Force Cage, or imprison it in a slightly different method, I think, than the one I'm thinking of, the Night Level spell. But no, you have variations of certain spells that do perhaps fit the bill, but nothing in its entirety.
Would it be fair to say this feels like a miniaturized capture device?
You're uncertain, but if you imagine that a Force Cage could be shrunk down, this might be what it looks like. You're just not sure how that would occur.
It sort of feels...
Imprisonment's the spell I'm looking at, sorry.
It sort of feels like an imprisonment, no? That's made it small. Beholders don't tend to be firefly-sized, after all. Very fun.
I mean, there's
I've never
all
seen
sorts of types of people. Maybe there's different types of beholders being made.
True, maybe it's...
I'll
Including
I'll
very,
ask
very
it.
small ones.
Yeah.
Graxorus, are you usually this size?
No.
No, he said he was bigger.
They took me. They've held on to me for centuries, experimented, twisted, pulled. And here I am. I could be free. I would reward you handsomely.
You should ask him whether he'll help us kill a dragon.
Oh,
That's a brilliant idea.
Graxorus, how do you feel about killing a dragon?
If this is the service you would ask of me in return for my freedom, gladly.
Oh, he says, yeah, so he said he's really fucked up. Like, the people who captured him have, like, been torturing him and experimenting on it.
Public's
He
generally
wants to be
horrified. Oh,
free.
how horrible!
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Anyway, it said it's fine helping us kill the dragon, as reward for releasing it.
Well, then we definitely should release it, surely.
Well, how about a centuries-old knowledge? Can the beholder throw that one in too?
Well, it's been
We
it's
can't
been
ask
trapped
too
in a
much of
cage.
it. That's not very
It
fair.
has been
can't,
trapped
we
in a
can't.
cage for a long time. Like, maybe it doesn't know shit. It's been like in
Ask
this cage
him. Ask
for
him
a
if he
while.
knows shit. If he knows shit, then he can impart it.
Casimir, you've been taking increasing damage from the gem. I assume at some point you put it down on the floor.
No.
Okay.
No, I think
Slowly wasting away.
He just passed out. Shut up.
as he's having this conversation, maybe his responses are coming through gritted teeth, and he's like stubbornly clutching this thing.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Then.
Tell the beholder I want his knowledge.
Graxorus. Sir Graxorus. What do you know? Do you know anything about anything? How long you been? You've been in there for a while. Like, what's the last thing you remember being outside the cage?
Last thing I remember. It kind of takes a second to pause. I was deep beneath the fourth preserve. I was beginning to make communications with a human named Elandriel, and I was sending letters. I was writing them.
Wait, Elandria, was that the name of the pen pal from...
No, Chandra was the name of the pen pal.
Okay. Chandler. Okay.
Ask him if he
Chandril.
knows.
All right.
Ask him. John Pod says this very nonchalantly. Ask him if he knows what was in the lost plane. I wonder how old he is.
That's a good
Yeah.
question,
Oh.
Pod.
Yeah, ask him
So
when his
he was
birthday is.
Under the fourth preserve. I think that's quite rude, though, Greg, isn't it? Like, you shouldn't ask people how old they are.
Well, if you're introducing someone, I never said old. I said.
Oh, sorry,
when his
sorry, I got
birthday
it wrong.
was.
It's the fifth preserve, which is where Than is from, the Cradle of Eternity.
Oh, you're under the cradle. Nice place.
Lovely place. Great to visit.
Good
Terrible
place to
weather.
set up your home. Lots of mountains. You would be able to exist there for a while, but it's a Landrill person got you.
Oh, sorry, say ask again, sorry.
I was chatting to it nonsensically.
And make sure you reassure him that we will let him out.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
We'll probably let you out of here. Don't fret. Sounds like you've had a pretty rough time of it, friend.
We should
Vile
probably-
scientists of Abbadon's empire. I wasn't the only creature they were working on. You need
you
me.
weren't. Listen, you don't need to sweeten the cake. We're already planning on
No,
letting you out.
he can
okay?
sweeten the cake, Than. What's he saying to you?
And what's he saying?
The man passes out.
I think as he reaches 1 HP, he like slams it on the ground and says, 2 minutes? Is that all I can handle? Really?
Yeah, the gem starts swirling, and as it hits the ground, there's an audible sucking in of the light around it.
Okay, I'll put myself
Audible,
on
I
1
say,
HP.
perceptible.
I'll ask him what that is. Graxis, you were in that armor. Do you know what that orb is? And I'll kind of like point the orb that Casimir was holding to the cage.
He called it the Gem of Abyssal Stars, an artifact from beyond this world. I know not its purpose.
Tight. What did it say, Than?
It said it's the Gem of Abyssal Stars, which is an artifact from beyond Lukai, or beyond this world. Doesn't really know what it was for.
We can figure that out later.
Yeah.
So you guys really fucking with these beholders, huh? Have you
Well-
met one before, or is this your first time?
No, this is my first time. He seems pretty nice. Like he obviously wants to be free.
Yeah. You know, they're just, just some friendly advice. He will steal your lunch money if you let him out of this cage. Just something to keep in mind,
But we let him out. Surely he'd be nice to us. Sounds like he's had a really rough few centuries. It sounds like.
Yeah, probably because he's a little ball of just pure bad vibes. Honestly, just sucking every bad vibe from the room right into that
Is
big
this-
old mouth.
Is this true, Graxis?
Really?
Are you
He
bad
sounds so
vibes?
nice.
He seems so nice. So, oh my god.
I'll-
You can't
I'll
stand a
hold it
little ethical necromancy, but the bundle of evil with the 6 rage-shrieking eyes and the giant maw that's definitely gonna
You
you
shouldn't
the
always
kiss of
judge a
death.
book by its cover. Just because he doesn't look like us doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, you know?
open the cage. Honestly, guys, I want you to open this
Can we
cage. so
please
bad.
open the cage when I'm not? He kind of blood is streaming out of his
No,
nose.
he's your friend. He's your friend. You should open it right now. Don't judge him. Like you're against all evil, but the evil little floating ball of eyeballs. Is
Ask
fine.
him if, he would prefer
you're
to
in the
be
middle
let
of
out in a
this,
different place, like I don't know. I feel like
Like a
dumping him in the middle of
school.
nowhere. It's not, no,
Like a-
definitely not a school. Like,
All
usually
right.
it's around the schools.
Let me ask him.
pressure.
Graxis, couple questions. First one, how are your vibes? You okay? You good? You good vibes?
How's his aura?
I,
Zero aura
as
from
with
this guy.
anybody else in my
Zero aura.
position, I'm furious, and I would like to direct my anger towards my imprisoners.
Tanner,
Right.
what did
How
he
are his
say?
vibes?
What did he say,
then?
Ken?
What are the beholder's vibes like?
He said that justice is for those too weak for vengeance or something to those effects. Basically, he wants to fuck the people up who imprisoned him.
Tell him that they're dead and that we killed them.
Well, I think he means like the people back, like in Abbadon's empire.
Like
who put him
Abbadon, the
in
despoiler.
the
The
box.
organization,
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of take
yeah.
it to the CEO.
He's
kind of
he's
thing.
angry at like the systematic oppression of him by Abbadon's empire rather than at the individual.
Ask
maybe
him
he's
whether
That's hilarious.
Ask him whether he knows any whether you said he knows about experiments on creatures. Ask him whether he knows whether there were any experiments on people
Hang
and
on.
rats.
Why are we having this conversation
probably
as a
were.
proxy through the new guy? Maybe we could all just touch the cage and participate.
That's a good idea.
That's a good point.
Pod walks up and
Okay.
tries to put his hand on the.
Oh yeah,
Do you let him?
we can leave this room to short rest, and I'll just put him on the floor in a room where we chill out or something. Because it smells.
Are we taking a quick short rest? Like we're taking a short rest while talking to this guy.
I
then?
would be
Is
down
that-
for resting.
You can leave the cage on its own, take a short rest, and we will take a short rest IRL if you're doing that.
Yeah.
We'll take a break
I
and
see
be
what you
back
did
at
there.
9:05.
Nice,
Sick.
nice.
All right,
I like this guy.
Bye.
He's my friend.
Alright, cool.
Araxia the Beholder, your friend.
He's
Yeah.
our
Your
bestie now.
enemy.
He's our bestie. Alright, see you in a few minutes.
Well, you know, like in
Hey, we're back.
Hello, everybody. I really hope Clue didn't leave mics on for that whole time in the discussion.
No.
That
Yeah, you missed all that, Clue.
Right.
Almost the worst bit.
What can we say?
Hello,
Probably nothing.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. You are currently evaluating what has happened post-fight, what you're going to do with Agnes, what all of that meant with Simone, what this golden cage with Graxia inside means. Are you going to free him? Them. It. Back to you.
We're short.
You
And
should
the
totally
gem.
open this cage. Totally open this cage.
Well, let's talk to him first. So I think we're having a short rest in a nearby room. We've got Agnes lashed to a stick, and a golden cage in the middle of the room. All right, open forum. But remember, he's my little guy, so I'll be taking him after.
What do you mean? You're on trial? For us?
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry. All my. Well, so do I not get to keep him after?
He's property of the group. Sharing is caring.
Right, I see.
Do you care about
Also-
us then?
Yeah, you guys are pretty great.
Then we shall share.
I still think enlisting this creature's help in slaying the black dragon underneath the city is something we could greatly benefit from.
Yeah, I mean, if it involves killing a dragon that also got me, I'm all for it. And they've said they're willing to help us with that. And you know, if we say, you know, we're working to stop Abbadon be doing their psycho crazy shit, they might be an ally to us in the future. They don't like Abbadon either.
I think Mr. Skellington has a valid point that we should have a contingency as well, because these creatures are extremely capricious and changeable, so we should be ready to defend ourselves if it is released as well.
Do we have to
One
do this...
hundo, dude.
Do we have to do this now? Or could we do this when, I don't know, maybe I'm not bleeding out of my eyeballs and I've had a night's sleep and can cast magic again?
Well, we'll release him next to the dragon. I think is probably in the middle of the city. It's probably going to cause a bit of commotion.
Alright.
Like,
Let's chat.
Oh,
They-
you
they-
should totally open it in the middle of the city. That would be hilarious.
But I think he would make an amazing master of information in the war effort against Abbadon, but the Beholder may not be... Okay, let's talk to Beholder and assess. Temperature check. Assess options.
I think we should all enter this discussion with the knowledge that this creature has probably been trapped in this cage for centuries, maybe longer, and will say probably anything to get out.
But I also
Yeah.
figure if he does get out, he's unlikely to attack us because, well, what's the point? What's the point of getting out if you just die?
yeah, I mean, if they do get out, we've helped them out. We've killed one of Abbadon's agents. Enemy of my enemy kind of situation.
Alright, let's chat.
But as Mercy said, we have no way of really knowing any of those things. We can make assumptions on what we think it will do, but I don't think it's a good idea. I will be honest to release us unless we have a plan and a backup plan and a backup plan.
Well, shall we all talk to Graxi?
Graxi.
What? You call it Graxi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down.
You can get your head around Graxi, but you can't call me Greg? What is this?
No, I can call you Greg. It's Mercy who doesn't want to call you Greg.
I'm sorry, Than. I know you're handsome and you really think that everyone is talking to you and you're sort of the center of the room. I was talking to Mercy this time.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm
I was
just.
lost in your eyes. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, Greg, I just
Thank
find
you.
it difficult because, it's not a real name.
Okay. And what would make it a real name for you? What is the definition of a real name?
Well, I suppose you're sort of making it a name by inventing it, but it's just not a normal name. Greg.
Yeah. Consider it's just a foreign name, one in a language you haven't heard before. You wouldn't want to
Oh.
offend me, would you?
No, of course not. But I suppose that is an easier way of thinking about it. An old foreign name, Greg. Greg.
You're
Greg.
getting it. Great. You're doing great, bud.
Interesting. I will ponder this, Gregaris.
The Lord
We're getting somewhere. I'll allow it.
The Lord Skellington is, of course, an ancient lich from the past. The name Greg could well have been very common back in his days.
I believe that's where the term skeleton came from.
I like to think so too.
Yes, the etymological root of skeleton is indeed Skellington. I can verify that. I've read that. in
Yeah,
a few
I mean,
sources.
I certainly did
makes
have a
sense.
lot of skeletons in my closet and in my laboratory and in my wizard tower, so.
You had a tower?
Oh,
It's quite
which
big,
one?
isn't it?
You can't be a wizard without a wizard tower, man.
Do you still have
It's true, I
towers?
guess.
Have towers? No, towers lame. I did a couple of centuries of towers. I prefer the circus now. It's more portable. It's a bit more ostentatious. I kind of like the flair.
Well,
It's got a bit more personality than a wizard tower,
Do you maybe have any ruins anywhere? Maybe you could tell us where they were. We could go have a look.
I mean, there's a bunch of ruins all over the place, depending on where I move to do my research and, build my shit. Lich shit that you gotta build to be lit,
Or do you maybe think you could share the location of some of those research laboratories where you built your lit shit? Maybe you could tell me. I could.
Do you think I would? You think I could? You're gonna ask me that to my
I-
face?
Well, I'd rather do that than search the history books for your legacy.
But you love reading books. You've already explained that in great detail how much you love books. You just love your books.
Yeah, but I could also I could talk to you, Mr. Skellington, and you could tell me,
Mr. Skellington.
Mr. Skellington, Greg.
Greg. Well, anyway, what are you guys going to do about this weird beholder then?
I'm gonna put my hand on the cage.
I hope treating with behold is easier than a lich.
Have you had a short rest, all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody identify and for whatever reason cast identify on the object?
Oh hell yeah! Wait, no, I don't have identify.
We
I would
don't
have
have
Arcana checked it.
I will be healing.
That Arcana check reveals nothing. It's a black gem.
To attune to it, would I have to like deal with an hour of pain?
No.
If I'd spent the short rest attuning to it rather than short resting.
You wouldn't necessarily know what it... Do you know what it does just inherently by attuning to it? Yeah, you attune to it.
Let me look at my attunement items.
I mean, not to fast forward this, guys, but if we were able to go back to my lair, I could be a full lich, and maybe I'd be more help to you there. And then I could get my guy Agnes back there, and we can sort of start this circus rolling back towards, where all the dead people are.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
That's
I
better
agree.
than the shitty corpse filled.
Also, we may have broken several laws of this place, both the temple and the city. So we should,
It's probably not. Yeah, shouldn't be here when
We-
they show up.
We haven't broken any laws. We were let in.
Well, the people who could explain that are dead and in pieces. So
No, we got what? Oh yeah, no, they are. Wait, no, the one guy ran off. The guy who let us in, he ran away.
Milo.
Milo.
they're
We met Milo.
You left
Yeah,
Milo
he's
in his
safe.
room.
Yeah. Oh shit, should we go check on Milo?
To collect him on the way out.
He's pretty shit.
So you got Agnes, the one you came to collect,
The dead one.
the dead one, and also Milo, who is the one who let you in, who hid when the ritual was going on and stuff.
We did promise him we'd
forgot
kill the
about it.
monstrosity. We could at least tell him we've done that.
You could show him. Show him that you're good guys.
Yeah. Also, he's our alibi.
Okay, let's tidy up here, go back to the circus, and then talk to them.
Oh, we can't let him see Agnes though, because he'll be all like, "I'm not dead," and we'll be like, "You're totally dead, bro. You're coming with us," and then he'll be all morally conflicted, and it'll get messy.
Let's just gag Agnes.
Put a bag on his head or something.
how are we going to sort of sneak him out of here?
With a bag on his head.
Yeah, we could just. How would Greg normally? I guess they would not normally be in places that he'd have to like suss them
I mean,
out. He'd normally
Agnes
just go to the ground.
looks vaguely could pass for alive with enough like hood and everything. It's more like
He's gonna
getting
be
him out of this
crying and
place.
screaming and like like
Yeah.
we're kidnapping someone. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
I mean, if we move him fast enough, it's probably not a problem.
Before we get there, because there are implications, Casimir, did you attune to this item or not?
Yeah, I've unattuned from the wand of the war mage. And yeah,
Sure.
unless somebody stopped him, he would have definitely sat in the corner, coveting this shadowy, spooky gem.
Sure. Could you make a wisdom saving throw for
How
me?
many con?
I imagine
Goodbye,
Greg
Casimir.
is like totally watching Casimir like actively attuned to this like evil magic item. He's kind of standing with the rest of the gang and be like, "This is totally gonna be so much fun to see what happens here."
Am I near
I'm
con
just
right now?
done.
No, not for the whole time.
Within 10 feet?
No.
Would be resting in a happy pile? How long does
No.
plus exist
You-
for?
No. Roll.
Wisdom, you say?
Wisdom.
I'm a wizard, so I have like bonuses and shit on it. It is a 20.
Wisdom. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
I will.
Wizards are good at int and wisdom.
I will send you the. It's called the Abyssal Star.
Oh my god, that's so much text. Oh dear.
But you did fail that roll, and we'll deal with that eventually.
Oh no. I don't like that.
What do you mean failed it? Okay.
So it continues. There's no effect for now. All this conversation has happened. Casimir has just attuned to this item.
Oh.
Shall we go then? It's been some time, and I'm sure someone will have heard the clamour.
Do you want to get your little cupboard man first?
Yes, I
Or
suppose we
leave
should.
him?
Yeah, I'll head down to the dorm rooms and explain to Milo that first of all, Greg Skellington's guy is dead. I'm gonna fib. I'm gonna tell him that the guy is dead.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, so you go down, and Milo is obviously like anxiously waiting. He's like, is everything okay in the observatory? The thing walked past. What happened?
we were confronted by Simone. Sorry, is Simone from the? She's not part of the group. Is
No
she?
idea who she is. No.
Yeah. So she's just sort of. We confronted some strange Abbadon worshipper, fought her and the corpse monstrosity, and although many of our party fell, managed to defeat it. It is also a shame that, and then whatever. What's his name? Milo. No,
Milo. Yeah.
the other guy.
Agnes.
Agnes. It is a great shame that Agnes also, in the fighting, was struck by the creature and killed.
Oh, there's been so much death tonight. I'm grateful it's over, but I must alert the authorities. Those
You
poor
should.
people.
And many things will need to be done, burials and such, I'm sure, or whatever.
Yes.
But we are very tired, and many of us have sustained grievous injuries.
Well, I'm sure there will need to be investigations or discussions. Where will we find you?
We're staying at the Raven's Roost.
Ah, okay. Well, do you think it's worth you doing like a final sweep of the place? Make sure there's nothing else wrong? Sure.
Why don't we go together? Our companions are resting. One of them has a broken spine, and there's a lot of blood. So I hope you feel okay if we let them rest.
Take as much as you need. I suppose the way is free now. I could go get help.
What about the sweep that you wanted to do?
You're doing that. I only didn't leave because it was downstairs. Now that creature's gone. You beat it.
Okay.
Of course.
I'll do the sweep, and you go and bring whoever you need to.
Thank you. He kind of like holds his nose as he walks through the ritual room and begins to leave.
Okay. I go back up and immediately tell them, I'm like, so Milo the priest is going to alert the authorities, and I've told him that we're all napping and that Agnes is dead. So we have complete options to leave immediately.
We have an option to leave immediately, because if the authorities get here and see us dragging out one of those priests who's screaming and saying he's being kidnapped and that he is not in fact dead when he's definitely dead, that sounds messy.
We should go immediately, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like an idea.
Bye then.
So, Making your way out, Agnes, presumably, what word am I looking for?
Hog-tied?
Unable to speak. No, like tied
Hog-tied.
up, but like with like something over his mouth.
Gagged.
Like a gag.
Gag. Thank you, gag. That was it.
Hogtied.
He is also
was
hogtied.
gagged.
Good.
Completely, yeah, hogtied and gagged. Make your way out. The streets are empty-ish. It's late at night. You came here for an evening ritual, and the City of the Dead does sometimes sleep. Are you going back to the circus? Are you going immediately into the sewers? Where are you going?
Circus, I think.
So I
I think we
guess
need a long rest. I mean, certainly my spell slots me need a
Okay.
long
Oh,
rest.
yeah.
Make your way back
I-
to the outskirts of Alarafa. The circus,
I have a
the Gregarious
character on
skeleton,
me.
which has begun to wind down. The show ended hours ago, and whilst the troop are taking down the outside, obviously they don't sleep. And Gregarious, you see your troop spread out before you, beginning to take down the circus in anticipation of your arrival and the needing to retreat to the Silent Canyon.
Throughout this trip, by the way, you'll have quite obviously noticed that as Casimir walks, the shadows just seem to cling to his heels and his long sleeves, and the kind of ends of his hair at the ponytail almost starts to do that fade into shadow thing that Simone the Beholder, but not Beholder, seem to have going on.
Casimir, what have you done? The shadows are clinging to your heels, and shadows are clinging to your ponytail. I
Oh.
noticed these things.
They've clearly recognised my latent ability as a future necromancer of great renown. Don't worry about it.
Can I insight check you?
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks. Feel like I should get. God damn it!
What was that roll?
Casimir is a necromancer of great renown.
No,
Okay.
he kind of shuts his lips in a thin line. He says, "Well, obviously, I tuned to Simone's funny shadow gem, didn't I? Of course I did. It's an artifact of great power. Why wouldn't I?
Because you don't know what it does or what it is.
I'll deal with the consequences accordingly."
And you think you're gonna live long enough to achieve lichdom?
Of course. I'm
That's
invincible. I shan't die.
Absolutely not. No,
Well, of
no
course,
way.
I suppose I know how I die. Mercy showed me my death, and it's not at the hands of
Oh.
this.
It's like next week after you've attuned to something else, or you've cast a spell in front of someone you don't know, or you've spoken to someone the wrong way.
It's not.
Or maybe you read something cool in a book that you thought you'd just try out, but actually you can't read those glyphs. They're kind of old and smudged, but you've got perfect handwriting, so you'll write it down and then you'll turn yourself inside out and then get up and walk outside and.
Well, I'll handle it. I have full faith in my ability. If it's smudged, dodgy glyphs, I can decipher it. I can deal with whatever comes, and I won't die here. I'll die in Sacramar. So
Right.
really, this gem, it's fine. All good.
Totally fine, because destiny can't change, and there aren't many fate turning obstacles that exist all the time around us that twist things in different directions to what has been ordained, right?
Right.
Wait, how do
Yeah.
you know where you'll die?
Mercy showed me. Us all.
That's so cool.
It was horrendous.
Mercy, you can show how people die?
Oh, I sometimes see things, but you're quite difficult to read, as is Greg has has no fate. He
I've
died a
already
long time.
died. Yeah. Could you see that? Can you see that can you see in the past? Like,
I see an absence. You create shapes around you as you move through. That's how we find creatures that exist outside, have no destinies. Objects as well. The sword that Quan carries is a similar thing. You can see the almost shape it makes around through the destinies, but it has no destiny itself. So, yes,
For
your
this thing, yeah.
Oh, I thought just the Assassin of Destiny was like a title, but you can actually see destinies. That's so cool.
That is cool, actually. I agree.
I thought it was mumbo jumbo, but I actually think it's quite legitimate.
Yeah. But back to you, Casimir. And they're walking. I guess you guys are walking with Greg into the circus now, and he's like probably handing off stuff, and he like pushes Agnes. He's like, "Guys, take care of this one. Come on, put him in the thing until we get back to Silent Canyon." He sort of goes back over himself, becomes his like ringmaster clown person. He's not just a normal human guy anymore. Listen, you guys have done me a solid here, and I won't forget that quickly. I appreciate everything you did out there. And if Casimir, you said you wanted some degree of tutelage, and my advice to you is stop being so desperate to die. Have some caution and respect the life that you have left, because you will have a lot of unlife on the other side to do all those cocky things. But if you scramble that away right now, you'll never live long enough to die to live undead forever. You know what I'm trying to say?
He looks like he's just had this epiphany. He just like stares into middle distance over Greg's shoulder and just looks up and says, "Holy shit, that was the most useful thing anyone's ever told me."
And you won't find that in any book, because the books are all just desperate for you to kill yourself trying.
You're completely right.
And to add one last thing to this, unsolicited advice that I'm giving here, you have a whole lot of people here who are willing to die for you. And you don't want that, I assume. So also stop trying to kill yourself in pursuit of that if you don't want them to die alongside you earlier than planned, anyway.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have thought any of these people would die for me or in relation to any of my goals. I imagine I would handle any danger myself. I shouldn't think I would endanger them with my choices.
And yet...
Well, I don't know why they would really put themselves in danger for me. I've handled things myself till now, and I shall continue
you have
to do so.
Okay.
But I take your point.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That's not the advice I thought I'd get from a lich. I thought it would be, alternative and forbidden and horrific ways I could risk my life in pursuit of ultimate power. I mean, if you have any of those, I'll take them, but...
I think you got all of those covered yourself. You don't need any motivation from me to do those things.
No, I suppose you're right. If you did think of anything you had left in any of your wizard towers, though, that would be helpful.
I'll have one of the undead bring you a map or something. It'll be some couple of centuries old, and maybe you can go treasure hunting for something later on. But
in the Silent Canyon, can we? I don't know. Can we visit? I suppose I've never really met anyone like myself, or anyone who does anything approximately similar to what I do. So I suppose it would be nice. Sorry, my cat is fucking screaming through the door. I can hear the most mournful wails.
Wow.
Can you guys hear that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I? Yeah, he was saying how lonely he is. I would relish any opportunity to spend time with someone with whom I suppose I had something in common with. So
That's interesting that you say that. And he looks to the rest of Casimir's companions. That you say that you're lonely and there are people that you have nothing in common with near you. So you don't have anything in common with these guys?
Wait, hang on. How in earshot is everyone?
I
Let's
assume
say-
we're just
let's-
standing
We're
right
just
there.
standing there listening,
Oh,
like,
I
yeah.
assume
hey
this
guys.
is like okay. So I think in Casimir's
Yeah, let's say
mind,
like Greg's like taking Casimir by the arm and he's kind of doing this like
yeah,
sort
it's
of
like
like
a quiet
fatherly almost.
conversation. But if the
Yeah.
rest of you are perceptive, I suppose you can hear this.
Greg's speaking quietly enough that he's not addressing the group,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah. Casimir's speaking in what he thinks
But
is a
it's-
quiet voice, but
Yeah, but it's not like really trying. He's like,
Sure.
No, I mean, of course we have things in common. We've spent time together, and I suppose at this point I have to call them friends.
I'm curious. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What is the root of your desire to meet people who do the same things as you do?
I suppose I want to know I'm really fucking talented, and really, if I put my mind to it or had the same start in life that they did, I'd be better.
Hmm. And how do you feel prepared to receive the answer to that question in whatever way it may manifest?
Well, I suppose I already know I'm better, so maybe I don't really need to meet them to find that out.
Maybe not.
But
And
may-
also, whether or not you're better than them, does that change your journey ultimately? Will that change what you're striving for and what your goals are?
No. No, I suppose whether I feel better about it or not wouldn't really change anything. I suppose maybe I feel maybe I've just carried this speciality I didn't much ask for, these abilities, by myself, and though I've had a friend or two, I've never really been able to explain it or talk to someone about it who I really actually could feel they empathize with me or understand or can ask me the questions that I would enjoy answering about it. You know, it always devolves into skeletons bad and necromancy evil. Whereas I think really what
Greg
I'm-
just looks at Pod like,
He's just sitting there doing like an office moment, like just blindly staring at the camera. Like,
I suppose what I really want to have a conversation about is, I don't know, maybe with someone who could notice that I take special care to fortify osseous matter when I resurrect it, to make sure that it's less brittle, to make sure that I've paid attention to the structure of supporting tissues in anything that still has tissues. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And what I will say to that is the journey to Lichdom, which seems to me, I mean, you've basically said it outright, as something you're embarking on and something you're hoping to achieve in your lifetime, is a lonely one, and it can be very isolating, and that is why so many liches are just super duper losers. Like, they have no friends, and nobody wants to be around them, and they have, honestly, they have shit banter. So the fact that you're here and you're exploring this journey, but you also have friends who can keep you down to earth, you know, your feet are on the soil where you're raising shit up from. You're already ahead of where most of these, honestly, like, freak shows are, like, when they're going there. And I think you're doing all those things that you described for yourself, for the joy, for the art, right?
Right.
And do you really need someone like me to come and tell you that you're doing a great job to continue to do that? Because I get the sense you're going to do that anyway.
Do you think I'm doing a great job? He kind of like looks to the side.
Has Greg seen Casimir do any like active necromancy yet? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, no, I summoned a boyo before we went to the circus. He's been helping out your guys the whole time.
Oh,
we've
that's
been
right.
out.
Yeah. So if Greg were to like, okay, let's like bring him over and grab him, and if Greg were to have a look up and down, Jamie, what do you think that he would notice? Like, what do you think that he would see?
Perhaps this is the first time that you've paid proper attention to Mateus. That's just an
This is the
animated
assassin.
object.
This is the assassin that we
Oh,
Yeah.
described.
sorry, the
Yeah.
assassin. Yeah, perhaps it's the first time you've paid. Either way, you're keenly aware that most necromancy focuses around the either the animation of tissue that no longer harbors any personality or soul, or the temporary return of something's memories or consciousness. The assassin, for all intents and purposes, other than a servitude, indebtedness, whatever might call to Casimir, their personality, their soul, their entity has returned. And that is beyond most of what necromancy teaches or is capable of. And you are confused how Casimir has achieved this. It's not so much that they're a perfect recreation of what they were. Their body is falling apart. The animation or the cleanliness or the body's still rotting. But the personality and the soul is there.
Which is something that obviously Greg takes great pains to add personality to his his own undead. But
your own undead or animation, you imbue that to them, but also you're responsible for taking those whose souls are refusing to pass on and have been trapped here by some other matter. You don't know if this assassin's soul was attempting to pass on or had passed on and Casimir pulled it back.
Is this something that you think would interest Greg?
Yes.
Okay. I think we should have a little talk about Mateus, actually. Why don't you come into my office?
Really? He looks.
Yeah.
He probably says that with sparkly eyes, and I don't know. I feel like the rest of the party probably detect when child Casimir has been activated, and
We could probably do this on a they talk about necromancy.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
The rest of you, however, of course, perhaps we go to the rest of the group and you need to rest. I'm going to say you're all resting at the circus. Agnes is tied up and kept the rest of you need a long rest. But there has been multiple revelations made over the past couple of sessions in regards to Abbadon, the intention, what is going on, the stars winking out, Casimir's knowledge of that. You would perhaps want to talk about what your group's priority needs are and whether or not Dan passed his probation.
True.
So we will perhaps dive into the details of that conversation separately, but the rest of you certainly have a lot to talk about, if not together. So regardless of what happens, you have a long rest. You can all wake up in the morning ready to travel to the Silent Canyon. However, I will give you the opportunity now to talk, if you want.
Oh, Pod, you were so cool in that fight. The way you stopped that huge monstrosity coming over to us, and then you just bam, you were gone, and then you were right there next to Simone. That was pretty
He kind
cool.
of rubs the back of his head. He's like, "Oh, it was nothing, really. It was nothing. I mean, I literally think it was nothing. I don't think my magic worked on the big thing."
Oh, it worked on me though. I feel like I felt like I was at my best when you imbued me with your spells.
Oh, I always try and help. I wouldn't worry about it. I'll always have your back. He gives a clap on the back of the fan. It's pretty much all I'm good at, so don't you worry.
Oh, thank you. Well, you say always. We need to find out if I passed probation or not.
Well, I mean, whatever may happen, I still would not let you die, even if you were not. For some reason, the others were to say that, personally, I think you'd be a great addition to the team.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely, yes. We definitely need more people who aren't necessarily as pro when it comes to raising the dead. I feel like we're somewhat losing the battle the morality a little here. We're kind of tilting more towards the whole kind of perhaps a slightly darker path, and he kind of gives him another kind of like a rub on the shoulder. He's like, maybe we need some more, positivity and people who embrace being alive, and other people being alive mostly.
I do embrace being alive a lot, actually. Like have you ever died, Pod?
No, I have never died. But if I did die, I would stay dead, and that's quite an important distinction, I think.
I have a strange thing where I don't. So I come back, but I'm not undead. I'm easy to bring back to life, but
I have to imagine that is some, and he kind of points towards the sky. Some greater power is giving you this lease on life, and not necessarily, the power of necromancy and undead. They're quite different, actually. They're quite distinctly different. I can tell you are not, in fact, undead.
Oh.
You should feel proud about that.
Love to hear it. But yeah, I don't know. When I've asked other people, I'm kind of looking a little bit like uncomfortable. When I've asked other people when they died, it was different from how I've died. When I have died in the past, it's been nothing. Hanging in an empty void, no sensation, only my consciousness existing. It's a very unpleasant feeling, Pod. I hope if you do die, it's different from that.
He kind of flips out a little, kind of like, secret text that he has, and starts flipping through the pages, little like flipped out of different things. And then each time he finds a page about something to do with death, he would kind of like quiz Than, being like, almost like a medical check, being like, "What did you feel a kind of glowing feeling at any point in time?" And then every time he says no, he kind of flips over to the next page and then asks him another question. He's like, "How about a kind of like a gentle feeling of becoming towards a maybe greater light of some kind?"
No, it was like it was. I want to say nothing, but it wasn't nothing because that's still something. It was the absence of everything.
He kind of nods and looks.
I really don't like dying, Pod. Other people who have been brought back, they say it was different.
Are you sure you even died? Perhaps you were just kind of knocked unconscious and didn't notice.
I mean, the priest said I had died when they brought me back.
What? Kind of like, almost like a kind of doctor asking, what kind of priests were told you this? Do you know what kind of clergy they were part of?
Yeah, they were priests of Geb.
Well, I don't know if you can trust those guys, to be honest. They got some
Right,
funny
right.
ideas they do.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
They were, yeah, they were, yeah, they were super weird about it. Anyway,
I think they're more, they're more about the whole gold thing, like that's kind of their thing,
yeah.
Less about the life and death. They're not. They're a bit. It's just not really their domain. It's not necessarily detracting from that side of of what they represent, but it's just not really their area of expertise.
Yeah, they're more about construction, creation, rather than preservation. They
Exactly.
don't care about. Yeah, I thank you, Pod. This has made me feel better, Pod. Thank you.
I mean, exactly. If you're someone in your family had died, you wouldn't ask, the village bridge builder or the engineer to come over and perform the last rites. It just wouldn't really make sense. I mean, I'm sure they're very intelligent individuals, just not necessarily suited for the job at hand.
I appreciate your words. The less we talk of them, the better, to be honest.
Why is it whenever like Gab is mentioned, I feel like I'm like on the line of like insulting a legacy and
Gab mentioned.
Yeah.
I refuse to shit talk Geb for unrelated reasons.
Yeah, the less we talk of Geb and his followers, the better, honestly.
Exactly. So, how do you feel about going to the Silent Canyon?
Well, I'm glad it's voluntarily. You know, I was about to be carted off there. You know, in a
That is a good point.
collar, potentially a ball gag as well, depending on how things played out. But you know, at least now I'm going of my own volition.
Hogtied.
What type of
Just
crime
like
is
all
that?
over someone's shoulder, over Greg's shoulder. I can't lie, I'm a little bit nervous. You know, it's a place that mortals are not really supposed to be stepping over. To be honest,
Yeah, how do you feel? How does Pod, how do you guys feel about going to this place? Like,
I would say nervous is an understatement. I'm worried about what we will find. It's not the kind of place I would necessarily imagine for, you know, a day trip or a holiday.
I mean, it might be like Greg does. I don't know if Greg is like the boss of the Silent Canyon, but you know, he does run a circus, so it might be fun. But it is filled with undead and yeah.
I just don't know how they're going to feel about, you know, us.
I mean, are they thinking? Like, do they even feel?
I mean, isn't that even worse? Then we can't even reason with them. They'll just try and, you know, eat us or something. Or
I'm a little bit difficult to chew. I'm a little bit like tap my skin, kind of made of stone. I mean, sucks for you. Like, definitely sucks for you. But you know, but you've got. And I look kind of like gesture over to the room where Greg dragged Casimir into. You know, you've got Greg looking after you. He's, you know, he's a cool guy. And if things, you know, if it gets really bad for whatever reason, I don't think it will. But if it gets really bad, then we can always like, and I tap the little cage on the side. You know, we've got an little insurance policy.
oh yeah, what was his name again?
Graxy.
Graxy. Maybe we should ask him how he feels about going to the Silent Canyon.
Yeah, maybe he's like, I'm gonna. Here, maybe put your hand on the cage.
Everyone else has left us alone to
Why
have
do
a
you
conversation
delay
with the
releasing
beholder.
me? Release me now. I'll earn my ire as they have.
No,
That's-
listen. We'll release you soon. We can't. We're in a really bad place for it. You might die if we release you here.
I'm
All
strong
going to-
enough. Release me, and I will save you.
You are
You
currently
should
in the
definitely
middle.
release him.
You are currently in the middle of the.
Are you touching the cage?
Yeah. You're currently in the middle. What's the name of the city we're in again?
Alarafa.
We're currently in the middle of Alarefa. There are a lot of people here, and quite a few of them would probably just try and kill you on sight. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat that for you. So
They would
perhaps
fail.
you would.
Listen,
You know,
Graxy, we don't doubt that. we
even
don't
if they
doubt that.
would, I just feel like it's adding a lot of you know, unnecessary chaos to the situation where we could go somewhere maybe a bit more quiet for everyone involved, and we don't have to have any of this conflict. You know, it's just easy. We let you out, and you can go on your merry way and do whatever whatever you do.
I am beginning to doubt your sincerity.
No.
No,
Listen,
I mean, perhaps I've not introduced myself, and that is very rude of me, to be perfectly honest. I'm Pod. I'm from a little town called Thugalum, and I bear you no ill will, my friend. Obviously,
you're from Fogaloon. I know Fogaloon.
I'm indeed. So we are just a bunch of merry adventurers. We're not even really from here. We're from quite many different places from all over, and we're on a little quest, you could say. And right now, I just feel as if it's quite premature. I understand your reticence. You have been stuck in this cage for, by the sounds of things, a very, very long time, and I understand as to why you would be concerned and think that maybe we would be lying to you, the same as many have, I'm sure, in the past. But I can promise you, on my honor, that we are not lying to you. We will release you, just maybe not in the middle of a major city.
Oh, pod of Thugaloom, should you not release me soon, my vengeance will be wrought not only of you or of the people of Comora, but of Thugaloom itself. I am tired, I am impatient, and I am powerful.
Listen,
I mean,
Graxy, you need to chill out, okay? We're
My
gonna
uncle
release
used to
you.
say that impatience is very much not a virtue. You know, it is. I understand that might be a sensitive topic for you, but I implore you to just have just a tiny, tiny, tinsiest bit of patience at the moment, because we really are just trying to get to a slightly more favourable place first. You know, how do you feel? You know, perhaps you can have some agency in this situation. I don't want to rob you of all your agency.
I
That
wish
feels
for
quite
nothing
wrong.
but agency. Release me now!
We are going to be going between where we are now. I don't know if you're familiar with that. We are in whereabouts are we again? I say wherever we are, and we're going towards a place called the Silent Canyon. At what kind of location between those two spots do
Why
you
would
think
you
would be
take me to the
best?
place where the spirits move on? Is your intent
We're
to
not
kill
taking
me?
you there. We're
To
not taking
purge
you.
me?
We're not taking you to the Silent Canyon. We're going to drop you off before the Silent Canyon. We're going to the Silent Canyon for a different reason. I mean, I don't really want to go to the Silent Canyon personally, but everybody else does. And, you know, it's just the way it is, really.
You haven't asked a question. Open the cage now.
Is there a little door on the cage, or like, do we know how to open it?
No, he hasn't given you the information.
He kind of looks
Graxy,
at that again.
how do we open the cage? How do we
Yeah,
get
how
you
do
out
we
of
open the
there?
cage, actually? We don't
Destroy
actually know.
it. It is merely a magical container.
And that's not going to hurt you in any way if we bash this cage or, you know, hit it with some magic or something. It's not going to do anything to you.
If somebody had freed me, I'd know the answer to these questions.
Well, surely we want to be a bit careful there, because we don't want to be doing anything that's going to cause you any sort of harm. You know,
If you
like if we're going
cause
to.
me any pain while releasing me, it will be forgiven.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
Graxy.
that's very nice, and we appreciate
Yeah,
that.
very
but,
nice.
Well, then maybe we just kind of bash it with an. Do you think it would want to be like a magical kind of release? You know, maybe like a bolt of some
You
sort of
bested
arcane?
the one
would like a
that I
prick
was
do?
empowering, yes?
Yes, we did. We
Oh,
did kill
yeah.
them.
Then I am
actually,
sure you are capable of destroying a magical item.
I mean, maybe.
It's not.
I
I think we could very much destroy a magical item.
Were
The
I
worry
free, I
is
would
that
do
we
it myself,
destroy-
but I am not. You are.
I just don't want to destroy the magical item and you inside it. That you see, that would be something which I think that neither of us would want. This is quite. It would be, that'd be an unhappy path, one could say.
I would
in
take the
in
emptiness of death over the solitude of imprisonment.
Fair enough.
I
You
feel
know
you
what?
on that one.
And he
I feel
turns.
you
He just
there.
turns to that. You know what? Fair enough. I mean, if he says that,
He-
then I guess we kind of hit it with whatever we got. You know, that we just break it up.
He does make a really good point, doesn't he?
Mm, that's good.
I empathize a lot with him. Graxy, we'll let you out in a day or two. Promise.
Give it a
If we
day or
pinky
two.
promise.
Come on, we'll do it. We'll do it this afternoon. It's no big problem. Come on. Let's not torment the guy. He's had enough torment you.
Yeah. It'll be a day or two. I swear on, you know.
Just as soon as
me.
we're away from anything dangerous, you know, we don't want to put the poor guy in any sort of bad position, you know, like he's been
Yeah,
through
we want.
enough. Yeah, we want.
Yeah, we want you.
As soon as we
to
find a
be-
nice quiet space, you can go your
We'll
own
release
way,
you
my
back.
friend.
Yeah. You help us kill the dragon. We'll release you back into nature. You can go about your plotting. You know, we're plotting against Abbadon as well. He's declared war on the whole world. Apparently, I've heard.
He has declared war on the whole
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
He's
And
causing quite the ruckus, one could say.
yeah, that's definitely, and we're trying to stop him from doing that.
Your words are empty without action. I await.
Oh,
You know what?
Okay.
I feel like I've said enough. I get it. You know, you don't want to just be spoken to. That's understandable. We'll reconvene, give you a bit of space, and we'll sort this problem out for you. Don't you worry, my friend Rex.
how do you feel about being friends once we send you on your way? You know, you
I
could help us
said
in the war against
We
Abbadon.
should get that
assist
plan.
you
We'll ask him to be
if
friends
our
once he's out. It's
agencies
not
are
right to ask him once
aligned.
he's inside.
I I will destroy Abbadon and all his ilk.
Yeah, I love that attitude. That's a great attitude to have. We have the same attitude. Like we should totally be friends. We should stay in contact once you're gone.
To free me is palpable.
Look.
No.
I just Dan, we're not making any progress here. Dan. Come on, let's not torment the guy. Come on, let's not torment.
Yeah. Should I? I'm gonna take my hand off it and put it up my side. Should I put like a little blanket over him, like he's a canary bird, so he goes to sleep? Like, is that how it works?
I don't know how it works. It does kind of look like.
Wake up, there's two of him.
should
He's
I-
reproduced with himself.
Come on, her.
Should I ask him? Should I ask him if he?
No, I think we've asked him enough questions. He seemed to be
Okay,
testy.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I would be if
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
been locked up for 100,000 years in a little annoying cage. I would probably be a little testy. You know.
Yeah, I can see.
And,
where he's
and you know,
coming from.
it's if you're in a situation like that, you're not, you're untrusting because you've been betrayed so many times, and
Yeah.
I understand.
All he's experienced for the last however many centuries is, betrayal and
There
torment.
must be some
So,
serious
of course-
trauma there. That's all I'm going to say. You know, and we've
Yeah.
got to give him space and time to.
I'm
We
asking
can't just
Quan.
overload him with info.
I'm asking Quan just watching these two goons.
Mine, not Mercy's. Eyes are bleeding.
He's just like staring through them, just disassociating. Honestly,
Okay, right. Well, let's leave him for now. I feel like we're making him angrier the more we talk to him, which I don't understand why.
I feel like we are pissing him off a bit. Yeah, we should probably.
You have no idea why.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We'll return to the whole group reconvening around the remnants of a fire, perhaps returning to Raven's Roost. However you are sleeping this evening, to recap what you have learned and what your plans are. And assumedly now going with Greg Skellington to the Silent Canyon, perhaps.
Hang on. Why are we going to the Silent Canyon?
Well, because we got to give back Greg's got to go to the Silent Canyon regardless,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and I guess we want to go to find out about blood magic and shit, right? Like
Oh, you want to go out and fight
Well,
blood
no,
magic,
we
yeah.
need to. We need to beat Razor and stuff.
Razor's already dead.
No,
Razor's
okay.
seriously dead.
No, okay, not Razor, but like
The pod fan interaction has melted everyone's brains.
that
So
interaction
funny.
has killed me.
Yeah.
No, we had a serious reason for wanting to learn about blood magic, didn't we? Something.
Yeah, we wanted to learn how to defend
From
ourselves
our
against it,
blood
basically.
magic, bad stuff. Yeah.
There's some shit going on, and we got to get more info.
Listen,
Yeah,
we might have
yeah.
promised to let Grexy out of his box in 2 days, so whatever we do, we're gonna have to.
He
snap him.
promised. Wow.
Well, look,
Wow.
he just seemed really upset about the fact that he might not, be able to. He just seemed very upset. He's been in there a long time. I feel like he deserves it. He deserves to get out.
Yeah, I can relate. He's he's gonna be angry, but not at us.
How would you feel if you'd been locked up for 1,000 years? You probably would be too happy.
Graxy is
If
the
I were-
beholder, yes?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes. I mean, I haven't seen him. He just kind of, looks a bit like one.
Okay, I just wanted to check in on that one. Good.
I don't know.
Fair
I don't really. I've never seen one or met one before, but I have heard about them. I heard they're generally not so friendly. So it's probably
now-
best to stay on his good side,
Yeah. Well, now one's your friend, so
Well, I wouldn't say he's our friend quite yet. He'll be our friend when we let him out, but he's
Why
always
don't
going to be a
you let
little
him out
testy
now?
before then.
You can let him out now, and you can stay here with me.
We could let
we
him
want to
out.
set. We want to
mean-
set him on the dragon. I mean, we could.
I,
Yeah,
I think you should give him the choice to stay with you. That sounds kind of, I'll make sure
I
that's what he
don't
actually
want
wants
to.
to do.
What I mean is he won't go and terrorize the locals. Is what I mean.
Fantastic
he wouldn't
idea.
throw it,
Why not? We should just let him out here. That's great. Why is it? Now's as good a time as any, no?
Now is just as good a time as any.
I mean, personally, I do think that if our friend Graxy is an enemy of Abbadon, Abbadon's declared war on the world. Beholders, if I'm not mistaken, are exceptionally intelligent, are known for their networks of spies of assimilating great knowledge. Could Graxi not be a singular force for good in the world and help us uncover Abbadon's plans?
I
He
don't know.
could
how many
be, but he
spies
definitely
have.
won't be if we leave him in the cage for that long. He's going to get very
Right.
upset at us.
And if
And he won't want to
Graxi-
talk to us.
If Graxi is a double scheming, double crossing little ball of hatred and tentacles, then we'll just put him down.
I believe he is.
Well, you know what? We won't
you
know
let him out and
until
find
he
out?
shows it. We shouldn't judge until he
Right.
gives us reason to.
If I told you that we would be hanging out with a lich for some days, you would call me a monster in the first instance. If I had said that in the Stormlands, you would have laughed me out of the group, and yet here we
I
are
probably
with
would
Greg.
do, yes, actually. That's good. That's a
Right.
great point, Casimir makes a great point.
Right, so why not a beholder?
Yeah, I'm on board. All right, I'm gonna pick up any. Unless there's any objections, I pick up the cage. I take the little blanket off that I was using to keep him asleep.
Which definitely
right.
works, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely works. Definitely
As-
works.
Graxi, you there?
As Stan's doing this, Casimir
I'm
quietly mutters, "This is
here.
going to be a disaster. I can't
Nice.
wait."
Where
Right.
else would I go?
Well, I was just wondering if you were asleep. Anyway, we're letting you out as promised. So please be nice to us. We're friends. We have the same goal.
The destruction of Abbadon.
Yeah. All that. Cool.
How do we break the cage?
I'm gonna put the cage on the floor. Like I
Stamp on it.
get my halberd.
I'm-
Like
Yeah, I would say with sufficient energy and strike, it is a magical item, but nonetheless you shatter it as you slam down on it a couple of times with the halberd, and emerging from it, exploding outwards, is this huge spherical creature, tentacles flying and all things, massive eye focusing on all of you. Immediately all of your magical items cease working, teeth flashing as your beholder appears in front of you and kind of just hovers there before like coming down, massive iris level with yours now. And you see it like
I told you he was
breathe
bigger
in.
than he was in the cage.
Wow.
yeah.
You like
yeah.
breathe in the air as the circus workers kind of stop and look at you like
Graxaris, welcome. Welcome
He
back
kind of looks over to the
world.
sky and says, "Don't mind him, he's a new joiner." Well, no,
I'm
he's not
assuming
actually a new
you
joiner.
haven't
we
had a
asked
long
him back
rest yet, by the way.
No.
Oh no, I thought this
we
was
not? I
after
thought we
a long
did.
rest.
No, I
we
said
got
you can
halfway
have a
after.
long rest if you want one, uninterrupted. But you should talk about what's
Oh.
happening, and you've done this.
Oh, I thought we
No.
I thought we reconvened after a long rest.
We had a
Oh,
short
Short
rest.
rest. We just gooned
Oh, okay.
about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I thought we were
Okay.
talking in the morning. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
explains.
Like the heavy breathing is like, you know,
I
from
hope he
this
doesn't
massive
case.
creature, the massive jaw is just like very much in all of your faces, and that's how freedom. Yeah, I've missed this.
It's good, right?
Can I insight
We
check
are-
the beholder? Does this feel like an emotional realization? Is he threatening?
Go ahead. He's not immediately threatening right now. I'd say you can all feel that. There's no like attack or aggression. He's just close to you.
Okay, that's a 7. I guess I think he's pretty peaceable right now.
And have you
And the
told
eye
him he can't
stalks
leave the
kind of-
circus, right?
The ice stalks were walking around like almost like tasting the air, and it kind of focuses round. And
Does Gregarious die?
so that's a good question.
Oh.
I'm gonna
No,
check
right?
that question.
Does a lich
Why would
just
Gregarious
deanimate if a beholder looks?
Does it
No,
nullify
because
spell effects or, like,
it's
all
not
magic?
because Greg isn't a lich right now. Liches don't just die if a beholder looks at them. But what Greg is right now might not be able to survive a beholder's vision.
Yeah.
So is Greg going to go back to his original incredible form?
Well, he's
of
just gonna.
beauty?
The puppet's just gonna slump. I think.
Well, the nice
Yeah.
handsome guy ringmaster might dissolve into spooky Raisin Man,
Just bring him back again.
wrinkly ballsack lich.
No, not wrinkly. Just like skeletal and scary.
Okay, so he's not like.
Nice, nice.
He's
He's
so
got any
old.
skin.
He's just got. There's just
Gross
no
fleshy.
fucking skin.
Okay,
There's
so we're
no
not
skin.
like gross leathery
No, he's just straight up skeleton. It's Gregarious Skellington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
Gregarious
Skelly.
It's not
Skinnington.
Gregarious Skinnington, exactly.
He's a skinny
Yeah,
legend, some say.
The illusion, perhaps, is dispelled. Also, so is the circus. The illusion of the circus. Some elements of it fall away, and every animated creature in the beholder's vision falls to the floor. The clone that is
How
Gregarious
big is
is
his cone of
revealed
vision? It can't be that
150 feet.
big. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
As it stares through,
Right.
all of your magical items fail. The shadows around Casimir dispel. The rest fail. As this creature moves there, Gregarious Skellington reverts to pure lich form standing in front of you.
Or just kind of like freezes. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't think this through. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. Of course.
Wait.
As the beholder's eye beam focuses on all of you, a magic ceases to exist in this part of the multiverse.
Greg, you're naked.
Wait, Lauren, to describe Lich Greg Skellington.
He's a skeleton with, I think, probably like glowing flame-like eyes and the same like Jester's clothes, but like more robe-like Jester's clothes. And he's probably like holding like, I don't know, has like a little lich staff or something. And his
But, like-
his bony shoulders are slumped, and he's like, for fuck's sake.
Wait,
But like no flesh. We're talking
No,
zero
he's
flesh.
he's so fucking old.
Animated bones.
Zero
Hang
zero flash.
Greg, you've had an old man stick this whole time?
Well, I
At this
didn't
point, it
really
is just a
how to-
stick, to be clear, because the magical effect is
Right,
dispelled.
can you not walk without your stick?
I
Esme,
mean,
that's not very nice to say to someone who's older.
I'm trying to think if there's any other effects, and I feel like, yeah, all of your magical items are reduced to 0. I'm just thinking if there's anything that happens to any of you. I mean, Mercy, your form probably stays the same. That's not necessarily a magical effect. Anyway, sorry, Greg.
Greg, you look so cool. Your eyes, they're on fire.
thank you. I mean, this is not my preferred appearance. If I were to pick one, it would be the handsome jester guy. But you know, I think my stick is probably the thing you're least worried about right now.
Right.
Gre-
Grexy, great to meet you.
Hi, Grexy.
Graxia.
Hi,
And
Grexy.
heavy breathing.
Yeah. Welcome back
You-
to the world, Grexia.
It's been a long time. Lots has changed, I imagine.
You requested one service of me. What is it?
We had a few. Could we list them?
I feel like
I just closed it.
Listen, hang on.
He blinks.
Grexia, hold on. He's very, very ambitious, you know. Like, look at him. He there's the amount of things that he wants you couldn't write down on the amount of parchment in this city.
Yeah, don't mind him.
No, I think,
He's just very eager. He's just very eager to meet powerful beings such as yourself.
I think there is enough parts.
Which you are the most powerful being we've ever met.
That's not true.
It's an honor.
Slightly
honestly, it's an
being
honor, sir.
pleased.
Mercy glares like pointedly at both of them to like shut them up.
One thing then, team. I mean, sorry, I'm not part of the team. You guys use your wish, whatever you want to do.
Separate to the destruction of Abbadon, which we share a goal.
Yes.
Well, there's quite a few people in this city who share that goal. Yeah, you're not gonna,
Actually,
you're not
I'm
going to run out of
gonna
people,
also
really.
put my hand up as well.
I think
don't
they're asking
understand
for
this
permission.
gesture.
They're asking for permission to request something.
Us, respectful. You, the bony one first.
Oh, actually, I'll defer to the horny one because he did put his hand up first.
One with horns, yes.
The horny one speaks, yes. Abbadon, the despoiler, has waged war upon the world. We believe in an attempt to counteract the potential end of existence. Abbadon may or may not be wrong in this. Maybe they have a point. However, we do not wish for them to conquer Lakai. We believe there is probably a way we could circumvent the end of existence without Abbadon achieving their goals. Thus, we are interested in, I suppose, opposing him in his global conquest. Would you be interested in perhaps aiding and abetting us in bringing down his assault? Their assault. Perhaps an informant network. I believe you would be well suited to establishing this. We could sort out a sort of long-term relationship, a sort of quid pro quo. We could keep you abreast of Abbadon's forces' movements.
I will make my war against them myself. But should we ever be allied in this, you may certainly seek my advice and support.
How would
So-
we contact you?
I shall return fourth preserve to reserve what's the fifth preserve to rally what remains of my domain. Yep.
How
Behind
many,
is not necessary.
how many centuries ago were you captured? Do you remember Bane and Vecna?
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
You, yes.
Well, great beholder. If you're not minded to work, you're minded to work independently of us, then perhaps you
Simply know
would.
better.
Of course, absolutely. We are nothing compared to the great intellect and wisdom that you hold. But perhaps your power could be directed towards a foe of ours, having defeated your captors, the Black Dragon Scornveer is a foe that we've long hated.
You would ask this as your boon for freeing me?
Well, if you'll allow it, I will quickly confer with my with my colleagues.
In the war against Abbadon, I will do what I think is best. But you have all been true to your word and earned a favor. Ask it.
Okay. What? 1 minute. Gang.
Yeah. Group huddle.
Okay. we get a request.
My vote is to help kill the dragon. I want revenge.
I don't have a better idea, to be perfectly honest. I think the dragon is, probably pretty good call.
Yeah, the immediate
I'm sorry.
short term is good. I think we could work up a long term relationship if we start off on a good
For
foot
sure.
with killing the dragon. I think Abbadon.
For sure.
Maybe we could let Grexia have the bow as well.
I like
that might be like a gift.
I like the suggestion, Casimir, but I think this creature it doesn't wish to work for us, and perhaps, as you say, a sort of longer term quid pro quo might be the better strategy.
Right.
Perhaps given the way you've interacted it with it, which is quite well, which is deeply respectful. The idea of it working for you probably doesn't cross its mind. You imagine whatever you want this creature to do, it probably needs to feel like it's in charge. Mercy, you probably have some idea as to how narcissistic these creatures are.
Yeah.
Hey
I
guys,
realize
I realize I'm
oh,
not part of this agreement. I just have 2 questions for you.
Just
one,
leaning off with your burning eyes and your skeleton in hand.
just a skeleton.
Just it's close.
Yeah. And you guys are huddled in, and Greg's just kind of leering over the top. Actually, I have one question. One, you want you. I can be what? Yeah, I was tall when I was alive. I don't know. My parents were kind of tall, I guess. Anyway, that's beside the point. First question: what? You want to tie a bow to it? I don't think that's gonna make it look any better. Second question:
I feel like it was more just kind of giving it tribute,
You think it? But a bow?
I don't know. It's a trinket. Maybe I'll like it. I don't know. What do you think?
What? It depends what color.
What colour is Graxy?
Purple. To be clear, you haven't had a long rest because something is going to happen to Casimir when you have a long rest. So I wish.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think we should rest again until the end of the
I
campaign.
don't think we should ever sleep again.
And my second question, and I'm, this is not a leading question in any ways, just something to kind of spark the imagination. You guys all have a problem with this dragon, right? I'm curious to know why you think having this guy running around is better objectively than just having the dragon where it is.
Because he's our friend.
Well,
He doesn't seem quite so,
I don't,
Okay,
I don't think it's
I'm
better
starting
at all.
to.
No.
Also, that dragon
No.
did kill me. I feel like I need to get one back on that.
But it's better insofar as the dragon has a pile of gold and magical items that we could take and immediately use. The beholder does not, and we share a common enemy with the beholder. Same is not necessarily true for Scornville.
Okay,
We don't
well,
have to necessarily be friends with the beholder.
I'm just here to ask questions.
be
I'm not
friends.
here to provide answers or suggestions. So it is skeleton hands.
No, that was a really helpful and clarifying point. Thank you for asking challenging questions of us, Greg. I appreciate it.
Greg makes a good point, though. I think we should talk about it, but perhaps after we kill the dragon.
Yeah. I also just want to check that at any point, if I have to squish this eye like a grape, that you all won't be upset about that. That
I will.
We
be.
will
know that I will have done it for your best interest, right?
We're not exactly, we're not best friends with it. Like, I think we would.
We did.
Craig's like little light bulbs just like move to look in the direction of Fan and then move back and like sure you're not best friends with it, sure.
I let out a single tear.
Dan, you've known the grape for what?
12
2
hours.
2.
Yeah.
They don't call it a grape. That could be really offensive. We don't know.
We've
Not to his face anyway.
Id and I share a very uncommon feature of being isolated for long amounts of time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It was really rude of me. I'm so sorry. It's the magical vocal cords. I'm sorry.
Greg, you're lucky you're hot. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Mercy's going to turn from the huddle then and go, great and unimaginably genius Graxia. We have agreed, we have conferred. We do require several brains because ours is not as large as yours. So we have conferred and agreed that we would quite like you to kill Scornville, the Black Dragon, as our favour.
This name is unfamiliar to me, but it shall be done.
Ought we provide combat assistance, or is your intention?
Are you just gonna go and do it and then come back?
and we'd quite like to be there as well, and to have some involvement in it as well.
We can help you.
She's stolen our things. You see, she has a large pile of our gold and objects.
She's stolen from us.
Actually, I must raise a point. I can't go with you if you take him, so I can't walk around Alarefa looking like this. It'd be quite embarrassing, actually.
You could stand behind him at all times, I suppose.
Do you think you could maybe not do the thing that you're doing with your great eye? It's just our friend uses magic quite a lot to do things, and
I would focus my gaze upon our common enemy.
amazing. Thank you.
Great. I'm so glad that we could come to that.
You can do that?
Fantastic.
You can selectively target your anti-magic fields?
I could choose where I'm looking. Yes.
Oh
Just
no,
a
Get you an
little
eye
less.
patch.
that's not what I meant.
Maybe we could get him an eye patch
Oh, like
or
horse
something.
blinkers.
Oh my god, horse blinkers.
Do they make him that big? Could we get some that big? Yeah.
They could
You're
probably
not talking in
fashion
character, I hope.
We're not talking in character. Behold the horse blinkers.
Blinker. Like. We should get him a giant eye
Just make
patch.
them a tube,
Just
you
saying they
know.
look great on it.
Or just 2 giant caps.
It just looks like a giant minion with this like this random piece like fashion glasses that we put on him.
I love cracks.
Christ.
This dragon then. Where? When?
Well,
Tomorrow.
we kind of need to rest up a little bit. We've had a very busy day, you know. We were originally planning on doing this tomorrow, but we thought it would be a bit rude to someone as fantastic as you to not do it immediately. So
There's a cavern beneath the city. Should we meet there at say 10 a.m. and tomorrow morning?
Great.
Great.
that's fantastic, Hardy. Let's do that.
Wonderful. I can't wait. It'll be fantastic.
Wait,
He kind of claps his hand. It's a date.
It's
How
a
do we get
date.
there? Is it like through the sewers, or like is there just like a hole?
We know the way.
Uh,
out.
it's through the stairs. We'll take you, fam.
Oh, cool.
Praxia, are you gonna? Do you want to come with us,
Yes.
or are you gonna make your own way?
Do you want to hang around for dinner, or
Make my way.
you could stay and chat if you want? You'd be welcome, I suppose.
I have much to catch back up on. The world is a different place, I am sure, than the one I left it.
I'm
For
sure
sure.
I don't need to point this out to a being of your immense intellect and wisdom. You probably don't want to float out of here in your natural form. I'm sure you can,
It
appear
would
as
be
a
real
mortal.
bad press for me if a beholder starts coming out of the. I don't need to say it. You guys get it.
So, do you think you could quietly float somewhere else?
Unnoticed.
I
Quietly
can
fuck
do
off.
Discreet.
We could find you
That
a
is-
sheet or something if you need cover yourself.
Oh no, they hate ghosts as well, dude.
The beholder
Like, they
begins
just hate ghosts
floating
here.
off, like away from the city.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, Graxie.
Graxius.
Nice to meet you.
What a nice guy.
Wow. Fuck.
I'm so sorry about all your magic things, and I hope that.
Oh, I guess
You know
they've
what? I
returned,
am
right?
too. I am really sorry. I had no idea that would happen.
Did they spring back
Genuinely,
up?
if I knew,
Yeah, they do afterwards.
Shit
yeah.
reactivates, right? When the cone
Yeah,
is
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Oh,
Well-
so
With that-
everything's back to normal.
Great.
Okay. Well,
Guess
Great.
we're fighting a dragon tomorrow. That's
Oh, awesome. You just, yeah. So cool that you just unleashed that, ancient horror on.
You told us to, Greg. You said do it. What do you mean?
I did. I'm a terrible influence, though. You should not listen to me. I am a
should've-
900-year-old undead lit
You
from
should
the
have said
Silent
that
Canyon.
first. You should have told us
Yeah.
you're a bad influence before you started influencing us.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not fair to say you're a bad influence after you've influenced us. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of what's the expectation there that we don't get
Yeah.
influenced.
to be
Like,
fair
and
to
you
him.
knew that.
Greg explicitly told me not to make decisions that would aid in my own death, and I feel like I've just helped you make a decision that would expedite all of our deaths. So I was warned.
What do you mean?
I
we
mean,
just made a friend.
In the worst case scenario, we can kill it.
Whoa.
Dan, I accept your
I th-
application to the group, but I'm immediately putting you on performance review. You cannot trust everyone we have a positive conversation
Yeah.
with as a friend.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
probation.
Yeah. I have
Straight
to say
into
that you
performance
must
plan.
exercise some greater judgment, some character judgment, particularly of a creature that that looks like that, and also, it is you've only just met.
You only just met.
Because also, Abbadon
You know,
is
before-
incredibly attractive. They are extremely unsettlingly beautiful. And if they say something nice to you, Stanley, that will be it.
I thought
Well, I mean, they'd have to say something nice, wouldn't they?
No.
Like, of all the things that Graxy was, he wasn't necessarily, I wouldn't say beautiful, Like, it's not like we just thought, like, oh, wow, he's so attractive. Let's all listen to what he has to say. No, he seemed like a sincere individual. That's why we made that
No,
choice.
it was the halo
DM
effect
was
of
a beholder
power
heart.
for me.
Well, you speak for yourself then.
DM was the beholder heart.
Was he hot?
Was he hot?
No. Like, of all things in the world, beholders are not hot.
Damn.
That's fair.
Well, just to say, as long as you're okay with it dying when it needs to die, then we're not gonna have a problem.
Alright, under. Listen, I guess we only attack it if it attacks us, right? There's like no need. It's kind
We
of-
might take a preemptive grape squish opportunity if it arose naturally.
If needs arise naturally, needs arise because
It needs a rise.
I would like a long-term working relationship with the beholder. I think we move in similar circles. I think networking is important for what we're trying to achieve in the world. I would love to show up at Desrin, the others, the War Alliance's doorsteps with intel from a beholder. I think that would be a great look for us.
Yeah.
It's a great anecdote, whatever happens.
It really
It
is,
is.
isn't it?
But, I mean, we've made plenty of strange bedfellows in, well, I said bedfellows, not literally,
I mean,
in the kind of
good bit of
colloquial
you.
sense. In, over there, I mean, we've got a, what was he? Cambion? Devil? I can't remember what he was.
Oh, we do, yes.
He was-
Varos,
he was-
the
he was
fate
to be perfect
binder.
Devil?
He's
No,
been
you
perfect
got an
defender.
ally, a friend.
Varos
And
owes
now
us
we
a
have
favour.
a beholder and he points over to Greg. We have a lich as well. So if we judged everybody based on
You don't have a
their
lich. A
perceived
lich is
alignment,
here.
I'm not saying we have.
They're
I'm not
different.
claiming. Greg, I'm not claiming ownership of you. I'm saying that in terms of who we're friendly with, like if we judged everyone based on their kind of perceived alignment out of a fairy tale book, we wouldn't be having this conversation, wouldn't we? Now.
Well,
Oh,
it
so you guys are
seems like
friends
you
with
didn't
a-
want it anyway.
You guys are friends with a devil, and you're kind of getting bad vibes off a beholder.
We're really
World's funny like
picking,
that,
we
Ben.
pick and
World's
choose,
funny.
don't we? It's pretty circumstantial.
We really do judge them on the content of their character. That's all I will say.
It tends to be how they've acted directly towards us.
And that is pretty much the only thing that we seem to care about. Yes.
Listen, I
Because-
understand. I understand having Greg as an ally. Greg is, Greg's pretty cool. Like,
And I am in full control of all of my faculties, which is not what you would necessarily say of a beholder, given that they are floating eyeballs with,
He seems intelligent enough.
Gentlemen,
not the intelligence really, but I'll say less.
do you think if Bane showed up with coffees for all of us and was nice to us, we'd be friends with Bane?
I would at
Who's
least be
Bane?
willing to have a conversation. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't necessarily immediately be friends and all friendly and everything. Like we do disagree on vast majority of things that are going on, but I would be willing to engage in a dialogue.
Well, there we go. It really is circumstantial, isn't it?
I just don't
Given-
think violence needs to be the go-to for everything.
Great.
I'm aware there's been lots of revelations and also looking at the time and a couple of people not being here. So we will say that with violence being circumstantial and everything else, we'll leave the session there. Thank you, everybody. Perhaps a new ally, and I didn't realize you were quite so gunning for the dragon, but you are. So next session we'll deal with that. I suppose.
One of us has a serious vendetta against the dragon, so
it killed me.
I'm
True.
born into it. I want all the magical items. I'm here. Let's go.
All
We're gonna roll.
I will
Why
see you
not?
all next week. Bye
See you
bye.
next week to kill a dragon.
Bye.
Hang out with us. Thank you,
We'll
Raiders.
fight a dragon in a dungeon.
Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, hang out. Blah, 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 blah.
Bye.